We see Doru has fallen. Ismark has reclaimed order in town and has lopped the head off of the vampire spawn. Casualties have mounted. Tiny little Smurfneblins have mounted ruins. And as you guys remembered, a zombie that went tracking off towards Vando, it ended up breaking past, and as we rejoin the characters, we see that Periwimple has struck down the remaining zombie as it was harrying him and his charge, who is the Great Bildrith of Barovia.
The Great.
Clearly.
The Great.
He's a great guy.
He's pretty awesome.
What?
So we'll go ahead and drop that.
Can we get a fan in here?
As the actions that have led you guys up to this, nobody has really set the record straight for exactly what the narrative of what has happened has taken place. You guys do know that the area that you're in is about to be consumed and by flames, so you're going to have to evacuate the area rather urgently, lest ye be consumed.
Lest ye be consumed.
What
are your actions?
Are we still in combat or out?
Combat's over
No,
because
combat's over
Periwimple
with.
killed it. So I'm standing. I'm not unconscious anymore, right? I'm at 1 hit point. Is that?
Yep.
Has anybody actually stabilized you?
Yeah. I healed him.
No,
You are out of heals.
you're at it. I'm at 2
Oh, you went
saving.
back down again.
I'm
All
2
right,
life saving
roll,
throws.
roll me a saving throw.
No.
You guys just let him die.
14, third
All
save.
right, back up. I was like, no, roll. Don't listen to him.
I have to listen to him.
Yeah, so is anybody going to spend a healing potion on him?
No, wait.
Don't bother. Somebody just revive.
Yeah, well, I'll stabilize him.
Yeah,
One
'cause
fucking
you only
hit
get
point.
one.
All right, go
Yes.
ahead and
Cast
we're
Spirit
going to
of
roll.
Dying.
Oh, what?
Spare the Dying gets cast.
Okay, done. You're up. You nearly died just now over other people's negligence.
No.
Furthermore,
No.
now that I'm standing, I sort of come to and
Are you standing?
well, sitting. I guess I'm sitting up barely. And, guys, I don't feel so good.
You're like full on like stage 5 leprosy. Like,
I have 1 hit point.
yeah, you are as close to dead as a person can
I
be.
feel like NPC feeling.
I feel my personality slipping away.
I'm just a singular cartoonish voice and stereotype.
You can only say the same 4 lines.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
Guys, I don't feel so good.
If you have the aptitude, you should visit the Mages College in Winterhold. What? If you have the aptitude, you should just stop. Shut the fuck up.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna toss that vamp body on the fire.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Someone like to help me?
I would, but I'm feeling a little weak.
That is a 7.
Yeah, so you kind of drag it a little bit, and then you...
I'm gonna try and get down.
All right,
gonna
give me
use
an
the-
acrobatics check.
I'm gonna use the rope from my kit.
Oh, what are you going to fix it to?
Just the top of the building there.
To what?
I mean, I'm standing on top of like a frame.
Yeah? How
Can I
are you
wrap
going to
it?
attach it?
Can I wrap it around, tie a knot?
Wrap it around what?
The frame.
No, this is a
No?
huge piece. How are you going to wrap it around that?
So there's no like, yeah. So
Okay,
it's-
so you'd wrap it around it by laying it on top
All right,
of
I'll
it.
climb down to the second story.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Is there a better check than this?
Dibs. Come on a little bit further. Dude, look at this smoking hot chick.
5.
I'm hitting that. Thanks, Mama.
Do you need?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's sloppy on the stuff.
And all you nerds out there realize that yes, you too could land something that's smoking hot. Keep playing D&D.
Hashtag keep playing D&D.
All right.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
Yep.
All right. So you fall.
Yep.
Roll a d6,
2.
and then roll a d percentile. Anything below 64%, you fall through the floor. It's been weakened.
44.
All right. So roll another d6.
On the way down, kids. 3.
All right. You're now on the ground.
I'm okay, guys.
I made it down.
I do want to harvest one of the vampire's, we'll say fingers, for my own uses.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a medical check
Okay.
to see how nice, medical or nature, whatever you care for, to see how nicely you can extract it.
13.
Okay.
14.
Whoa.
Oh,
So you're able to go through on the pointer finger. You cut the thumb away, and you go 2 metatarsals deep. No, like past.
Oh.
Down into that.
You
So
mean
you get a full finger. That may be wrong on the bone type because you metacarpals and then metatarsals are toes.
Yeah, carpals.
Metacarpals are
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, well, one of us is a doctor somewhere.
I just cooked foods, man. I'm just stuffing muffins.
So yeah, you got it to where like if you wanted to make it into a necklace, you got enough backing or whatever you wanted to do with it. I don't want to put fingers in your mouth, but you got enough back there that you can
Correction, I
mount
think it
things.
does.
Yeah.
Do we have any reasonable? Never mind. Let's just let that happen.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, do we have any reason we
Necrophilia?
would want to harvest anything more from a vampire? But it's cool.
All right, the flames continue to go forward.
I need to get out of here. So I'm
Yeah,
going
I'm
to move
gonna-
towards the road.
So Mad Mary's body is consumed.
Yeah,
no
we
longer
should.
blurry.
We should round up all of the survivors that we have around here and head to ask Ismark if we can go take shelter at his place.
So Ismark does invite you guys to come down to his area,
Okay.
although the town is still ablaze.
Oh Jesus! So I'll ask Ismark, what can we do to help with the fires?
My friends, I don't know that there is anything that we can do. It's a magical fire. As I was coming down, Bildrith told me about the attack. The lamp of flame that was shattered. We can get buckets for the fire brigade and wet down the road on the south of town in hopes that it doesn't come any further south. I can house the remains of the town, but I just haven't seen that many people out walking about. The dead seem to have risen in the area and came up from the south. I think they were after me at my home.
Oh,
Is your home still safe? A place where we could rest and take refuge after we help you?
And he just kind of points over, and you see all the way down the road, his mansion's still there.
okay.
We should help organize the townspeople.
And he says, "There's a time for rest, but I need some answers. But first, we need to
Yes.
search the town and see if there's anybody else that we can help."
Okay.
Lead the
Yeah.
way, Ismark.
Yep.
Ismark, the vampire has weakened me greatly. Is there anyone who can help with that, perhaps?
Yeah, like I said, whenever we get everybody safe, then we can go.
Don't know how much
Try
help
not to
will
just
be.
think only about yourself.
And Cedric's like, I hate to sound selfish. I'm holding my intestines outside of my stomach. If we could maybe stop for a sandwich somewhere.
Oh my god. So whatever, I have 1 hit point.
They turn green.
Let me help everyone else in the town then.
Oh, you're right. You're right. How selfish of me. Hold these. You hold my intestines while I help this little girl find her lost fucking dog. Like, god damn it.
His cat.
Where is the dog? What happened?
Yeah, you're gonna say he got burned up.
No!
Damn it, cat dogs
Basil's fine.
Yeah. As it's attached to your base, that's the only reason.
Give me some glue. Find me a dog. Give me some glue.
There you go.
All right.
Alright, so the flames consume the bodies over there. You guys move on out. How do you want to go about searching the town?
I say we take Ismark's advice. Have him direct us.
Yeah.
Tell us where we're needed.
Yes. Ismark, you know where people live.
And he says, my recommendation would be if you guys could go south towards my mansion and take it easternly to the town's edge, hit as many of the buildings as you can, see who you can round up. Say that you speak for the burgomaster, as folks, especially at this hour, are not likely to listen to the words of strangers.
Okay. Yeah, we'll head
yes.
south.
We shall help the denizens of Barovia.
Disneyans.
Those are the inhabitants of
This
Disney
truly is.
World.
Yeah.
This truly is a whole new world.
Oh! Okay, so what do we need to do to help people as we move down?
Alright, so everybody give me a collective perception check. What's the average?
Oof.
Oh, the perception.
I got a 10.
Is this yours?
Yeah. What'd you get, Mike?
13. 7.
9.75.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Roll a d6.
That's how many
Not
demons
me.
walk by.
I don't think you've had any failures yet.
5.
So you've been able to secure 5 people.
Huh?
You found a lot of bodies that had choked in the magical flames.
Did we have an opportunity to check those bodies in order to pass on any heirlooms to the family members or him?
Roll an investigation check 5 times.
Maybe a sleight of hand?
No,
As well?
investigation check. You gotta see if they've got any valuables on them.
Heirlooms, Lee.
Oh, sorry.
17, 9, 10, 20,
Oh yeah.
1.
Get that man a drink.
He gets it.
That's amazing.
You're still gonna make. God damn it!
No, it's not
you,
on a...
You find
It's not a real. It's not a real one. It's not a real
You find 12 swords, but they're all fake.
so as you're going through, one of the females, her body that comes across, she has a jewel encrusted bodice that is on her that you think would probably fetch a good decent amount. Not a lot of blood's trickled onto it, so you think you could probably get a decent amount of money for it. You find various and sundry rings totaling about what you would say about 75 gold.
Count it.
So, yeah, that's what you're able to find. Again, nobody's really in the area whenever you're looting these corpses.
So you're saying nobody knows what a terrible person Dave is? I mean, sorry,
Vando.
Vando is.
Vando
Only
is
playing a
opportunistic.
What drink did you decide to go with?
I went with, I didn't decide, the mimosa made with fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yeah, let's see what your take is on this.
I'm gonna have a war over here.
We only have one more Failurita.
Oh no.
Unless you count blue.
I have other things.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's good. You can taste the fresh squeeze.
How would you describe the body?
It's very orange juicy, very sugary. Really puts a hurt on your throat.
The body. How would you describe the body?
That's about it. I mean, it's...
Necrotic.
Yeah. We're already pretty necrotic up over here.
Some of you are.
Some of us are.
More than others.
So you guys take those 5 personnel, these 5 citizens, back to the burgomaster's mansion.
What are their names and interests? Descriptions?
Astrological signs.
So you've got a couple, Alec and Vanessa Ansack.
Oh, please no Razzle.
Their interests.
Razzle died.
God, you're really good at foreshadowing. Their interests include their cat that recently burned up, that was a Schnauzer.
Oh no.
They also
Named Pika?
yes, it was named Pika. They also enjoy cooking at their home. High elven
Wow, that
food,
really
which is
stinks.
practically vegetarian.
Combo.
Okay.
Then you have a young boy by the name of Jordonian Mullins.
Jordonian Mullins.
He had a promising athletics career as he was growing up, but had a bum leg, and so it's in a splint, and so everybody's movements reduced down to a fourth.
To Jordonian's pace.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you've got another couple, two elven men, one by the name of Raz, L, Dazzle, and his life partner, Dan Boyal.
I kill them both.
Alright, make an
This
attack.
is an abomination.
I don't like where this is going.
This is not a criticism about homosexuality. This is a criticism about Dan ending up with this particular individual.
100%. Yeah.
Just him as a person. Not
It's just the worst human being ever.
Yeah.
Hope you're watching this.
Any other questions that you have about these people?
Absolutely not, and never again.
Thank you. All right, so you guys make it back, and the folks have gone to the well. They've doused everything that they can with water. You have Bildrith going through a few books he was able to have in other people's keeping. That he's let Irina read and stuff like that, and he's hurriedly going through that to see if there's any type of award that they could put up so that the flames don't continue to burn across. But as you guys are surveying the town of Barovia, it is ablaze. A huge black spire reaching up into the sky from the smoke caused by this.
Jeez.
Green flame to where it doesn't really even feel that hot. But you just feel like your energy sapping as you stay around it. And you can see, especially where Bildrith's warehouse was, a lot of weird colored strikes shooting out in different directions. Almost like a fireworks factory going up. And
Presumably from the stuff that's being
the magic
destroyed.
essence that's being released as items are being magically destroyed.
That's so unfortunate.
It hurts my greed so bad.
Oh, right in my greed gland. Ow.
And so Bildrith approaches you guys, not really walking well at all. You can see his left leg where the magic flames have burned. There's really not much flesh left on it. And he has his arm around Periwimple and comes up and very hushed but point blank says, I know that I owe you my life, but you mind telling me where that fucking abomination came from?
I think in character we all just kind of looked at each other. Like what you saw is actually what happened.
Listen, you giving me chance to become Bildrath in other towns, so understand I'm on your side. But where the fuck did that come from?
He came from under the church.
It's Danovich's son.
Danovich's son has not been seen in this area for many months.
Because Danovich has kept that abomination alive in his basement.
This may strike you as odd, but I don't exactly attend many services. So, is that why everybody's been dodgy of going to church?
Seems likely.
In character.
It seems likely.
Oh, I heard that, yes. Well, Ismark is very confused because, as I've heard him talk to a few of the townspeople, he says maybe it looked like you killed Danovich and make his head pop like grape cherries.
Are we having this talk as we're heading toward the mansion?
No,
we're
you
at
guys
the
are like
mansions.
at the mansion.
We're at
He
the
pulled
mansion.
you guys to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got in the way.
You're angry, man.
Haggis is walking around scratching his pot.
He wanted to try and save his son. But we knew that he could not be saved. So we had to dispatch of anyone that might stand in our way.
What my friend is trying to say is that we were trying to deal with Doru, and Danovich stepped in the line while a spell was being cast. And unfortunately, he was hit as opposed to Doru.
So, this is negligent, this murder.
I don't know what murder you refer to. We were in a fight with an abomination, and a poor man's life was lost.
Just because he's religious, man, not make him poor. He buy many items from Bildrath.
What?
You said this poor man.
But let's go back. What items did he buy? And do you think they're at his church?
Certainly. He buys all kinds of, let's say, vampire-reducing serums and stuff from Bildrath.
I see. And so, as you can see, Danovich was aware of what was in his basement. Not saying he deserved to die, but he is dead, and that isn't something we can change. But Doru has also been handled.
Oh, certainly, yes. Ismark came in and saved the day.
He really did.
I mean, I
I
feel
mean,
like
maybe you guys not stammer so much when you talk to Ismark. Make you look very guilty.
I would say something about the contribution I made to the fight, but unfortunately, I think I spent quite a bit of time on the ground.
And you're like this. A bunch of missing fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, you not look good. He lifts up his robe and sticks his leg out to where you can see down to the bone in some areas, and he goes, I don't think many coaches are going to pull over when I show them some thigh, you know what I mean?
Well, we are sorry for your loss. But you said Ismark would like to speak with us?
Yes, you go talk to Ismark. If you need help with your case, maybe you agree to take me to Valaki. I say anything you want me to say. How come you're not talking, little woman?
There's no need for me to talk, for I don't feel that we were in the wrong. It was a matter of...
So you only talk when you guys do wrong things?
Yes, you know that.
Very well.
We are negotiators by trade.
Indeed.
Haggis is gonna get in his face, tell him, we don't need you to lie for us.
You need to be in character.
That's annoying.
It's not annoying. It's fun for everyone.
God damn it. You're wearing a fucking pot on my head. Is this not enough for you?
It's not. You did the voice so well.
So Haggis is gonna get in his face and tell Bildrath, we don't need you to lie for us. We didn't do anything wrong. They explained that man was keeping a secret from this town, feeding a vampire and keeping it in his church. And he died in battle. We don't need you to lie for us. We don't want to bribe you. You're a filthy businessman, and we don't want anything to do with your schemes, pulling fast ones on the new burgomaster. His sister's been kidnapped. Everything's a mess. We don't need to be lying to anyone.
Yes,
But there may be.
everything is mess since you guys show up. Weren't you with his sister when she got kidnapped?
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Okay.
That happens. Do I gotta roll for it?
Yeah, roll it. You gotta roll it.
Fuck
on
him.
This town was pretty fucked before we showed up.
17.
17 hits.
Yeah.
Roll damage. D4 plus your strength.
6. Wait. 6, yeah.
Alright, yeah, so you cold cock him, knock Bildreth out.
Yeah, I was gonna say non-fatal damage, yeah. We're gonna do knockout damage to him.
Okay. So he's unconscious, slumped on the ground.
Good, fuck him.
Periwinkle
good,
steps
fuck
up,
him.
and Ismark, let's see if he notices. He does. Ismark comes running over. He's like, please, what's caused this altercation?
And Haggis is gonna throw up his arms and explain to him. He's gonna, and he's gonna go grab his flask from his bag, or his gigantic beer skin or whatever, and he's gonna go for a walk and have a drink.
Okay.
Bildrath essentially mocked the fact that your sister had been captured by Strahd, and my friend Haggis couldn't stand for that.
And he looks over at Periwinkle and says, Periwinkle, is that true? And Periwinkle says, what is mocked?
Exactly.
Exactly. Fair enough.
He made light of the situation.
And then he goes, Ismark kind of steps back and says, I'm new to this burgomaster position, but, well, ever since the passing of my father, it's not like I was ready for this mantle to come down. But what am I the burgomaster of? A building? A handful of people? What the hell happened up in that church after I left?
You hear clattering and smashing in the background as Haggis is throwing a tantrum.
The boy had been bitten and turned into a vampire, and the father was trying to protect him by keeping him in the basement. But you know that this is not something that could have been allowed to stay.
You failed the town by not dealing with that situation, so we dealt with it.
By removing the town from the equation.
We had no part in the fire, nor do we think that the vampire did either.
Well, all I know is this. The Vistani have pulled out of town. I saw their caravans
You're
and
happy
their
about
horses
this.
riding away through the north side whenever I was coming down from the church. So they've left.
Why would they have left?
Well, assuming that they got their valuables and got out instead of perishing in the flames.
Is that not coincidental? The timing for them to be prepared to leave while the rest of us dealt with the
Roll a
flame?
deception check.
Deception?
Yeah, everything the guy says is a fucking lie.
17.
Crafty bastard.
He's a fucking... Bildreth was a scumbag?
A more wretched hive of villainy and
Scum
and villainy?
The Burgo Mansion.
So he's kind of squinting, Ismark is, as he's looking at you. And says, we have been at odds, but I don't understand what they gained by burning the town out. How did Doru escape his bonds?
Doru escaped his bonds when we purged forth into that dark dungeon of the church and attempted to free him from his
So you guys freed him?
vampirism.
Why didn't you come to me?
We tried talking sense into you the night before your sister was kidnapped, and you wouldn't hear it. We knew that you wouldn't listen until you saw results, so we went to handle the situation. And it was a bit more than we could handle. We are dreadfully sorry for the damage to the town, but we did not cause that. We are sorry for the loss of life of Danovich. That was Danovich's doing by getting into the middle of the fight. More than anything, we are sorry for the loss of your sister, and we must make our way to Strahd's castle to find our friend Kiara. What's that, Tobias? Yes. And your sister.
Roll a persuasion check.
Fuck.
He's been doing all of this with his pants down.
Why are you touching yourself?
I roll a 2.
His pants don't stay up because he doesn't have any.
I wear a robe.
So you're just so out of it because of your weakened physical form that as you try to articulate that argument, you just kind of vomit on it. And Ismark says, "Can we please find some type of a litter for this man to lay on? He's fallen in his toil with the devil spawn." And Periwinkle grabs a cot and walks you over to it if you're willing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I need to rest.
I love the idea of, like, that is all of the stuff that you tried to say, and what actually happened is you went, "We'll do it!" And then just throw up on his shoes. Put him away. Go to bed.
So then he looks at you two and says, and kind of scratches at his chin, the worry of a lifetime just etched into his forehead. "I don't know that there's a way that we can hold out here. We need to go west, get out of the shadow of that ruinous fortress up there, and away from the fucking devil."
Is there a safe place? Possibly the windmill that would be far enough away for us to regroup.
The windmill? What windmill do you speak of?
We may have stumbled upon a location found in...
I'm gonna produce the deed from my backpack.
You're not there.
Sorry. Well, I overhear this conversation. I'm coming back in. Because I overhear him saying we need to head to the windmill. Windmill makes my ears perk up.
Okay.
I'm going to come back in and produce the deed.
Master Haggis, have you had your senses again?
And I'll just take another big swig of whatever meat or whatever I'm drinking and be like, "I'm all for whatever gets us out of this shit. This is a goddamn fucking mess. I'm happy to help with the fire. I'm happy to help what I can, but everything's a goddamn mess in this fucking town. It's a goddamn disaster."
And so he looks over the deed, and you see him studying it, and he says, "Yeah, the Dursts made their historical fortune on grinding up barley and helping be able to use that in the distilling of spirits and making flowers and such. I believe their family motto was keep rolling, rolling, rolling."
What did they specialize in making? Any chocolates or hot dogs? No?
Only the water.
Chocolate starfish?
And so he talks about that's up near Vallaki, to the west of it. Vallaki's supposed to have good-sized walls, and it's something that I think the remainder of this town, if I could secure your services for escort, for us to make our way up.
Sure.
We're a few hours out from dawn. When would you recommend we go?
Let's leave at dawn. Right? We're gonna rest until dawn, but then we'll go.
Give the townspeople some time to get their things together and organize.
Let's ask the 5 if they're coming with us too. The survivors.
Yeah. So, did
Ismark also pull survivors back? Did he bring anybody with him as well? No? So there's 5 people that survived from the town? The rest burned down? Or is it all burned down?
Or
they all
were
fled?
Vistani that fled, or possibly regular people that
fled to the hills.
fled out whichever direction they could.
Jesus. Okay.
Small party.
Well, I don't think that was supposed to happen, but maybe. Okay. So yeah, I think we tell Ismark, we need to take a rest. We need to take a significant rest, and then we can go.
So you're thinking stay here full day extra?
8 hours.
8 hours. Mid-morning.
Malaki's 6 hours away. We need to sleep now until.
Valaki's much longer than 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I have it written down 6 hours. Oh no, that was the Sarah pools.
Yeah.
Well,
How long is the travel to Valaki?
And he looks down at Bildreth, who's still laying on the floor.
Yeah.
You can still see, the burn
Yeah.
on his leg. I don't think a lot of us will be traveling that fast. And he looks over at Sedgwick and says, Periwinkle will be able to drag a wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to secure any livestock. I'm sure the flames drove them a considerable distance away, so it's going to be whatever we can carry out is what we'll go with, but that won't be going that fast. Let's rest here.
Okay.
Make sure that these folks are properly tended for, and he says, my medical stores are pretty much tapped, but I'll use them to get these people roadworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll leave at dawn the following morning.
Okay. I like it. We're all long resting.
And he grabs Haggis by the shoulder and leans down to you and says, it was a very difficult position for me to force you guys in to try to single-handedly secure Arena and get her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
As it sits, I used to have a town, resources. I've got nothing anymore. Will you help me secure her?
Yeah, so Haggis will take him around the shoulder and be like, we'll get to the back. And try and impart onto him that we're personally invested as well. And that we won't leave him out to dry. And that we're going to see this through.
Okay. So everybody starts to go their own way for the next 24 plus hours. What would you guys like to do?
I'm resting for the first 8 of them.
Okay.
Just flat out, I pretty much fall asleep in the shit thing they put me in.
So Bildreth was out for a solid 15 minutes before he kind of starts coughing and comes about, and Periwinkle picks him up bodyguard style, and he's screaming because he's fucking touching raw bone and flesh and shit like that, and goes and drops him into another litter. And Ismark is over kind of starting to wrap and do some medical attention to Bildreth.
Haggis is going to study the books, the Hymns to the Dawn and the Blade of the Lord, while he's resting. And he's also going to do his best to, without eating a big old bite of it, try and figure out what the dream cakes that he has are all about.
Okay.
But that's largely it, what he's going to do with his rest.
Yeah, one more augmentation. During my rest, I'm going to study the potion that I retrieved from
Oh!
Yeah, you guys do have a lot of gear.
We have items to investigate.
Yeah.
Which you just do as part of the long rest, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take a look at the potion?
The one that I have, yes.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yes, sir. God damn it. Sorry.
Dude.
I keep falling underneath there. 16 to start.
You need to oil the hinge on that laptop.
16.
16?
Yes.
Alright, so you know everything that's written.
Smells like Peter.
Great. Thank you.
I'm gonna talk to the group while we're sitting around and
You
say,
don't really feel refreshed whenever you wake up. You're still in a lot of pain.
But am I restored, healing wise?
No, you still have that necrotic damage.
Okay. Should heal it for a long rest?
no, not
You have to see a priest.
Yep.
Not true.
Yeah.
Nope. Unless this is a suddenly thing, which got it 1 hit point.
I'm gonna show everybody the armor that I got from Bildrath stores, and just say, hey, this is plate armor, so I can't use it. So who would take most advantage from wearing it?
I can wear plate.
Do you want to attune?
I think you're
Sure.
the only one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So when you figure out as much, I'll take it from you, but I'll also trade you. And so I'll give you a broom, which actually does not require attunement.
Okay. So do I just automatically know what this is?
Yeah, after a long rest, if you spend it with it.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dan, what was the name of the damn school you studied at?
Le Cauldron Blue
Thank you.
in Waterdeep.
Yep.
So Dave, give me a Arcana check.
Alright, Arcana is +2, roll to 15, 17.
Yeah, so you know everything about that magic broom.
Okay. So then the other time I'm going to use to continue to study the spell book I have.
Okay.
You said it takes 3 studies, I believe?
You have 1 study down.
2.
Well, now
2 total.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, where are we doing a long rest yet, or no?
Yeah. So you guys now are at level 4.
Woo!
Ignis, is there anything you want to do during this rest? You want to read more about your rituals, or?
Yeah, the Priest of Osiris book.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to try to tune with the armor here, so I'll do the book first.
Okay.
How are you telling what skills you're proficient in?
18.
Okay. Yeah. So going through the book,
I feel like
you got a ritual last time, didn't you?
That's what these were for.
I failed on the last one.
Okay. Then you get your ritual this time. So you can pick any spell out there that's cast as a ritual that you would be able to cast based upon what your level
Up
is.
to level 2,
Yeah.
basically.
That's probably.
And you've now learned that.
Cool.
But you can only cast it as a ritual. You can't insta-cast.
You get 2
Very
cleric
cool.
skills.
And then
History,
the tuning
religion,
for the armor, is
persuasion.
that also
History.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Religion. Insight and medicine. We got those 2.
13.
Yeah. So you've
So-
attuned to it.
Okay.
Which armor did you get?
Armor of cold resistance.
So nice.
Probably? No?
You don't get to choose that.
Maybe for my background? I don't know.
Yeah, you a-holes
So you-
rolled way higher than what I thought you were going to. The way I laid the table out.
You got to choose 2 skill proficiencies. I chose insight and medicine from there. You can get medicine from your other.
I don't
so
know.
we can choose.
I'll try. I mean, I already have my character made. in this
I
thing.
think that's
Okay.
all I need before long rest.
Okay.
But did you do
Haggis?
custom background?
No, it was in there. It was let me find it.
Okay. It's not. I was gonna plug it in while you had that. While we were doing stuff, I'm gonna level up myself to level 4 real quick. Yes.
Alright, I'm at level 4.
Puppy power.
I still need to find someone who can like sell us spells or something, or at least a trainer of some sort.
You can use that book for whatever you need for level 4. But you're not sure that you'd be able to garner any more insights. As the person who likely could have been your mentor is dead. And you never met him. But they were on the southeast side of town.
Oh God! That's amazing.
Haggis, what would you like to be doing during your long rest, sir?
So I was studying the 2 books,
Okay.
the cakes,
Yeah, oh yeah, okay.
and attuning to the armor.
So, let's roll for the books first.
It was Guild Artisan.
That's what it chose. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Arcana or something?
Do an intelligence check.
Billy, what's my intelligence? +3?
Your
+2?
intelligence is +1.
Oh no.
Here's your character sheet. Sorry. You hand it back to him. We'll do this later.
7.
So, going through both books, you're skimming because you're trying to do, 3 pretty big things while resting as well.
Sure.
So, skimming through the books, you know that the book about the Sunblade and that the Dawn Lord as a religion was an elf religion
Okay.
that came to the land long before Barovian, like the modern Barovian era. And the name of that elven god has been lost to time, and so he's just known as the Morning Lord. And that somewhere there is a blade made out of sunlight that's somewhere in this kingdom.
Okay. And Hymns to the Dawn, nothing from that?
No, that's what you've collected across both.
Got it. Oh, okay. Cool. What do I know about dream cakes?
Roll it. Whatever you would use for your culinary.
I think that's probably going to be medicine.
Okay. And you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh!
Nat 20, not that it matters necessarily, that's a 28.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
So
Let's dream cake, baby. What's
dream
going on there?
cakes. This has you can tell that without tasting is what you said.
Ideally, or like such a minuscule amount that he just wants to like, and not like ingest. Yeah.
Okay. So it is a flour that you've never tasted before.
Okay.
It's sweeter than any pastry that you've really, because like most pastries that you've come across are like a croissant that's got a little bit of that candiness to the outside, but whenever you bite into it, it's still more bread than anything. These are like a fucking little Debbie snack.
Right.
With how sweet they are.
Right. It's like in a world where the most sweet things are not very sweet, I'm eating like a high fructose corn syrup brownie type thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's very sweet, and you just don't feel right about swallowing it.
Ooh. Okay. Crazy. But that's it. That's all I know.
That's all you know.
Well,
Fuck.
I mean, whatever the flour was, it was ground very, very fine.
It's made of people. Dream cakes is people. Okay.
Silent Dreams.
Soylent Dreams cake.
Here's your inspiration.
Oh, Jesus. And then the armor of vulnerability.
Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah.
That's not my joke. That's Mike's. So I know what it is, and you're gonna tell me what the resistance is.
So now that you've attuned, this is actually the item that you have.
Hold this up to the.
Oh, there's a lot more text on there.
Oh no.
Well done with the card.
Oh no.
That's good.
Oh no.
Let's
Let's go ahead and hold this up to the camera instead.
What was the...
It's a cursed item, but he did a really good job with the two cards.
So basically,
You can't read any of that.
It's okay.
the vanilla version of it, Haggis would be able to choose out of the three primary damage types for kinetic weapons of bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. He would be able to pick one of those and be resistant to. Instead, he's still, and I'm not going to pick it for you. I'll allow you to pick it. Between slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing.
The one that hurts you more?
No.
That's the one that he's still resistant to. The other two, he's vulnerable to.
What?
Yeah, read the card.
I would never put that on.
Well, yeah, you didn't know.
You
You
didn't
didn't
know it was
identify it. It's a cursed item. You're
Well,
cursed.
but does attuning to it mean like I put it on?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it meant studying it overnight.
No. Tuning means putting it on.
Gotta break it in.
I don't get it. So... Okay.
Don't get hit. What's it do for your AC though?
You got
Nothing.
cursed armor on. I have
Same.
one hit
So I
point.
just take double damage from everything except for
You got
one
a vampire for us to
Oh,
fight?
it's only 2 types.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
That's not all damage types.
Like
So which one do you want to have as your
I would say slashing.
resistance?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
most things.
The slashing will so let's just go with the vampire, right? Vampires and wolves is what we're gonna be fighting here, right?
Yeah, it's slashing and
piercing.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna run into much bludgeoning. So who cares if you're vulnerable to bludgeoning?
I think I want to be resistant to piercing because that's going to be the shit that does like the bites are bad, the slashes are not as bad.
The bites though I don't think do as much alpha damage. The slashes do more alpha damage. So having that DR to cut that alpha damage down.
This is not good news. All right, I guess we'll say it's slashing.
Okay.
So that has the high. That you're gonna get a much higher damage hit from those.
Yeah.
May I have another beer, please?
Of course. I don't want this armor. Do I just saw a leg off?
So you don't necessarily know the quality of it. You just know that there's something wrong with the armor based upon armors that you've worn in the past.
Right. Okay. Oh god. Oh good god.
And the cool thing is that it was a complete random draw.
Yep.
Didn't you just get back from Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Random draw my ass.
House always wins.
Yeah. No, this makes it interesting. So, hearing you guys as you wake up, everybody needs to consume 2 rations, please.
Yep.
And I'm actually legitimately tracking those with my D&D Beyond app.
Yep, me too.
Nice.
Unlike some people that are just making it up as they go, I think.
Ooh.
You admiring that slick interface?
No, I think he's admiring them. I'm down to 2 rations.
Oh.
They filled up before we left the house or something.
We did, and I only carry 5 at a time.
Oh.
Alright, so
Otherwise, I'd be encumbered all the time.
later that day, the following day, so you guys are kind of up and around, reinforcing the axle on Bildreth's cart, making it and padding it with some of the straw mattresses so that Bildreth and Sedgwick have something to lay on to be born out of here. Is there any type of actions you guys want to take in preparation for the journey?
Yeah, before we leave, is there anyone that you know of, Ismark, that I need to be healed?
You saw it. Taking that for hit points.
Oh, what are you just randomly rolling for over there? I'm taking it.
For leveling up hit points.
Yeah.
It's like you got a nat 20 over here. What's happening?
20 hit points? Damn. Alright, so,
Oh, I'm gonna get my hit points for my level at least, though, right?
yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, those increase your max.
those increase your max. So you're not sitting at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Well, he would be at 1, but his max would go up to whatever the increase is.
And it would also raise the ceiling
Current.
from the necrotic.
Right.
4. So you have 5 hit points.
Sweet. Super sweet.
Alright, so that evening, Ismark brings you guys in, and you see him rummaging through in the kind of study area where you found his father's corpse. He starts rummaging through one of the drawers and proceeds to hand you guys a map of Bavaria. Barovia, sorry. You guys could go on a brewery tour?
Yeah.
Bavaria.
I'm into it.
So you guys
Got that now. Awesome.
get to take a look at that. He completes out your brewer's kit so that you can start trying to concoct alcohols now, Sedgwick.
Thank you.
And
As for the healing,
yeah, so you ask him that, and he says, well, I am familiar with the Church of St. Andral. They have a set of bones there that ward them off from any type of undead attack. The lackey's been seen as a safe haven, so I would highly recommend that be one of the first places that we reach whenever we get up there. Likely he'll be able to do some heals on Bildreth to get him to where he can ambulate on his own. Very likely he can remove whatever taint has crippled your body.
Alright. It's Valaki then.
Keep in mind, the people in Valaki tend to keep to themselves. We don't get a lot of traffic from that town coming down here. A lot of folks think that we're cursed people living under the visage of Strahd. I look at the town and yes, I think we're fucking
I was gonna
cursed.
say, Haggis goes, "Oh, why would they say that?" Slugs back some more beer.
As opposed to this party of the town.
Yeah. Oh, you're not fucking sick.
But, I mean, you guys feel like the husk of a building you're in is Ismark. I mean, everything that's important to him has been gutted out. He's trying as bravely as he can to withstand the outward assault that's coming in on him. And this town around him is a metaphor for him. He's a broken human. And so you don't know necessarily what his long-term plans are going to be, but you know that you could bring some form of comfort to a very troubled soul by delivering the remnants of his charge up to Valaki.
That pot's cold. Yeah.
Set out.
Are we supposed to comfort this guy? We're getting
He's
the sad.
he's always in a dark place.
Comforting Wednesday Addams. Like, how the fuck do you...
Hey, this is what you're going to grow up looking like.
Yeah. It's pretty comforting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What does the weather look like?
Very dark and dreary outside, slight amount of drizzle, but no real full rain. It's more of a mist, not like fog or anything, but where the ground looks like it's moist, but you're not getting like standing water.
I'm gonna set my command word for the broom to Zim Zim Zalabim.
Fucking gave him my broom and got this cursed bullshit. God
Maybe
damn.
this is cursed too.
I hope so.
Yeah, when I
Guessing
use it, it
everything
just
is.
turns into a nuclear missile. Right?
Fires
Dr.
you
Strangelove.
To its destination.
Yep. All right. Is there anything you guys want to do before you take your final night's rest? I mean, while you're still in the village.
Final.
Are the fires out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fires. You guys, the townspeople, and you guys, except for you, Sedgwick, folks have been out, kind of helping.
Yeah.
Keep everything wet just to let it burn out.
Yep.
It looks like, Hiroshima or Nagasaki.
Jesus.
Everything is completely leveled out there, with the exception of the church, which is battered and broken down, and then you've got the burgomaster's house.
And we're talking about basically the night before we set out.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Like we're like setting in for the night before we leave
Yeah.
in the morning.
Should we make an attempt to go see what might be in Bildress?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Stores.
we should go take a look around.
I think we got everything of value out of there,
Some magic might survive the fire.
but the church. I think we should investigate the church.
There's nothing left in the church.
It's the
Could
only
go-
thing left standing.
We could go dig up that corpse now, because there's no one standing in our way.
Oh, what was the story with that?
The
There's a
burgomaster.
silver
That's Ismark's dad,
That's the story with
who's
that.
buried.
You'd probably recognize the sword.
Oh, cool blade. Where'd you get yours? Oh, the Tri-State Fair? Cool.
Is that my family seal on that? Nope. Strange coincidence.
Got it at the Ren Fair.
You just hear him like, king, 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 king. No, clearly that's a gopher.
It's long claw, but you put a little mustache.
It's the Burgomaster.
Oh god. I think Haggis is gonna suggest that we all go check out the vampire lair under the church.
On the way, we should stop. We should filter through Bildress stuff on the way through.
Sure. I mean, I won't argue it. I think the fact that we got like a lot of fucking items from that shit and then saw fireworks going off as it burned to rubble, like there's nothing there.
Still worth looking.
You're right, there might be something there.
Gold doesn't melt, and it's magical fire, so that's really different.
All of the metal in that
I-
place we saw melting, and gold
I-
is the softest metal.
My point is that not everything should melt. It's the house fire, right? But it is magical fire, which is the part that's I'm forgetting.
All right,
My
so
waggly pot.
are you guys
disagrees.
waiting till morning to go do this search, or are you guys going to do it in the middle of the night?
Probably.
I
Because the undead will be out like crazy.
I think we should
I
do
think
the most
the
foolish
undead
thing
would be
possible.
out all evening.
We're going to split the party in the middle of the night.
2 of us are gonna go to where the fire was, and 2 are gonna go to where vampires slept.
Everybody's Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy, you guys want to go check out the church? Oh,
At first light, we should go to the...
well, gosh.
Let's go at first light and we'll check.
Yeah.
We'll check the
on
two
our
others.
way out of town,
Yep.
On our way out of
in
town.
the morning, we're gonna stop
Bill's dress.
Bildrath's one more time to see if there's any more valuable items. And we're gonna stop by the church and just say our last rites, essentially, but also want to check out what was going on with the vampire lair, because we went in there, he immediately got free, we immediately chased him.
Right.
Yeah.
So we never looked in that lair.
Yep.
So at some point it had a map. So we were there.
Yeah.
It's a thing, and we saw like a big layout.
Yeah.
And we know that there were things of interest there.
Yeah.
Or we know that there could be things of interest there. Such as a coven of 75 more vampires.
Perfect.
Sexy vampires.
Don't give me
All right,
any
all
ideas.
Cape Beckinsale.
Let's go.
24/7.
Also,
Get
the
that
party that she
charisma
went
roll
to.
ready.
There's a lot
That's
of
right.
that at that house party.
Get your charisma hands on.
Yeah,
Get ready
lot
to
of-
take them off.
Hey, what ability score did you improve?
I'm going to take a feat.
Yeah, why don't you guys take a second and explain your character progression,
Yeah.
why you chose that for your narrative, and kind of explain that to people at home.
So being that we have been emotionally and physically under like a state of battery and getting like pummeled by the world around us, Haggis is going to pick the Sentinel feat. He's found himself kind of acting as a little bit of a damage sponge, and definitely is a bit of a like the healer role and caretaker role. So he's gonna try and remain steadfast and tough. And he's taking that.
So I also had ability scores for this last round. I ended up taking Dex because with the knife attack and stuff, and his performance background, I feel like Dex plays more of a role than I had initially planned out for in the stats. And then I upped my wisdom as well because that's my casting modifier.
Okay.
So, figure as the magical powers grow, I think that should reflect.
Yeah.
I took ability score improvement, charisma, but both points into charisma. That's my number one spellcasting modifier, etc. So
And also, you've been doing a lot of lying.
I got my background is
So
my background
you've
is
been flexing those muscles a little bit.
criminal spy. So also I got 6 hit points, but I'm capped at 18 until I get my 8 back from my.
Fucking 11. I'm stoked.
Yeah, I got. I'm under 8.
Oh shit! I
on
forgot to have my common on fire.
that, so that's all that happened for me. Because I can't. I got some spell slots, but I can't do anything until
yeah.
I either learn it from the book or
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm still same cantrips, same spells. I got a point or two in sorcerer points as well. But
Nice. Does that do it?
I ability score modifier 2 points into dexterity. I've been in a lot of. I like your pot hat, Dan. I've been in a lot of combat since we've left the trail, the carnival.
Yeah.
Dodging a lot. I've taken some hits, but I think I've dodged a fair number of hits, and so I feel more agile. Additionally, through all this movement and agile, I feel like I now have the ability that when I fall, I can do an all points fall and probably take less damage if I were to take a long plunge. So
You would land in the superhero pose.
Yeah.
With the 3-point knee on the
Yeah.
ground, Marvel.
knee, shoulder,
cool
back,
guy.
right, or hip,
Punching the
whatever.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Cool.
I got 4. I rolled 4 for hit points, but I forgot that my con modifier, so I got 6 hit points. But because of the necrotic damage, I'm currently capped at 7 hit points. So I'm a sneeze away from death.
Yes, yes, you are.
You're
Yeah.
above an NPC though.
Slightly.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
great.
like 3 NPCs stacked together.
You're like the little rascals, 3 kids in a trench
In a
coat.
trench coat.
You're
Yeah.
that NPC.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Nice. All right.
That's it.
So the uncomfortable dawn comes earlier than what you would hope. Everybody's sleep had been troubled the night prior, as you almost feel like a monitoring of what the hell's going on. You're not sure where that's coming from. As you assemble outside, the dawn's rays are cutting through clouds, and for how dark it's been while you've been here in Barovia, it really burns your eyes the way the sunlight comes in. As you survey the damage, there's still a slight smoldering, some smoke coming up from larger piles that were once tall buildings, but a single building that wasn't there yesterday has arisen, and it is the first house you entered in when you came to Barovia.
What do you mean it wasn't there yesterday? It was there
Got burnt
yesterday.
down.
It was burnt down yesterday.
This
However,
cursed
it's
fucking house.
standing.
Yeah, it's dude.
Let's go back in the death house, guys.
I mean, at this
I've
point,
got the maps.
we're better equipped, and if all the loot's still there,
Well, what loot? we got what we wanted out of there.
Loot Cave 3.0.
We didn't kill the one must die grave
the tomb monster in the
tomb
basement.
monster.
Better try that again.
How about we just
Lorgoth the Unclean, I believe, is who you're referencing.
How about
This
we
is not Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
We do not need to go back into that area that was by the starting area.
Yeah, I feel you.
Kill
but we don't have a checkbox like the achievement. We'll leave the town letting all the
There's a
quests
lot of
complete.
checkboxes that are now X'd out based upon your actions, so we wouldn't really worry about getting that completionist.
Our quest log is riddled in red. Failed.
Yeah, we
failed.
burnt the town to the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
Lines through everything. Yeah.
how many towns are there in Barovia?
One.
I'm just trying to figure out how many more of this.
One less, yeah.
We unleashed
So-
the fire.
As the wagon
did.
train starts to take off,
Unintentional.
you hear Periwinkle kind of grunt as he starts taking step, and you hear him verbally calling out cadence. You're not sure if it's for him to be able to remember to take that next step, or if he just likes the way it sounds as he's grunting going forward. Sedgwick lays back next to Bildrith on their pallet, on this kind of single axle pallet. It looks like a kind of like a rickshaw, where you've got the single axle, but instead of people sitting upright, it's a long plank, but the same kind of waist bar. Something funny about rickshaws, Dave?
For our viewers at home,
What is the?
Stay with me. Stay with me.
No, I want to know what time point this is so I can mark it.
Sponsored by P. Terry's.
It'll clean you out.
1 hour and 7
because
minutes.
Dave Lawson just tore a hole in his pants.
P. Tories.
He peed his
I just want to be able to clip this later.
Oh God, what the fuck, man?
You should make a
Cup
joke.
of cheese.
Emerald always talks about smell-o-vision, right, Dan? So this is where Haggis should talk about smell-o-vision.
All right, guys, get serious. Come
Yeah,
on. Let's
you're
get in the game. Let's get in the game.
Are you okay?
Yeah, man, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Physically,
Yeah, I'm fine.
it smells like you should see a doctor.
Let's do this. Let's do this. We just got a new viewer, guys. Come on.
All right, so
Man, lost
you guys are able to get everybody up on their way. Describe to me what you want to have the marching order. I understand there's a few stop-offs you want to do before you leave town, but how do you want that progression to look? Are you guys staying bunched together? Are you spreading out with any type of a scouting party?
Yeah.
Can I get a
How does
for
this
wagon?
look?
an empty one?
You want to just do this, fold it up, or
That
One of
works for
these?
the wagon. Yeah.
I'll ride the broom out ahead.
Very well.
Yeah. About right at tree height, just so I can see what's in front of us. Probably,
That's real good.
Probably
15 feet up, something like that.
yeah, like 30. I was thinking like 30 feet.
Yeah, it's about 40. They're probably the treetops there.
And then ride that out ahead a couple, 300-400 feet in front of everybody. Not super far, but definitely within distance and within audible.
I'm in the wagon.
Yep.
Because
So 100 meters or so.
Yeah, Basil and
The
Haggis
builder.
will be marching up front behind
Here
Dave.
is Periwinkle to pull.
Periwinkle's pulling the rickshaw. Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how and why I thought I could wear heavy armor, but now I'm not sure if I can. And I hope
You're
it
a
means
clear.
You're a
not
cleric. You
cursed.
certainly can.
Clerics
Yeah.
have proficiency
Yeah.
in heavy armor.
Ismark would be
This guy over here.
here. I'm
I'm
assuming.
hoping I'm not cursed because I can't wear it.
And then the
Though
5
you put it on.
townspeople
Light armor,
trailing,
medium armor, and shields.
trailing behind. What do you think, guys?
It's medium armor. It's not
God
heavy.
damn it. You can have
Do
medium,
you have any
right?
more townspeople?
I think
we have
that's what it
5, right?
was.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Chain
Yeah,
mail.
I think this is what we're looking at.
I just want to get a general idea so that whenever you guys get waylaid, I know where everybody's at.
I think that's what we're looking like.
What?
I'll pull him back in so you can see him.
It's the road, man. We always have
I'll
somebody
be
dead
honest,
on the road.
sometimes I just like the waggle of my pot.
Oh, fair.
So I'm just gonna...
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's set out.
All right, so this group of folks starts going. Ramshackled provisions brought together and stacked along the.
It sounded like a production company. Welcome to Ramshackle Productions. This is Ordo's
This
Oddities.
is Jackass 7.
You just named our fucking D&D group, by the way.
Ramshackle Productions.
Ramshackle Productions. That just happened
Pretty great.
right here.
Done.
That's fucking great.
I actually think it has a
did.
very nice
Yeah.
reputation.
Not important. Not important.
We'll play the- we'll play the tape back.
Ramshackle Provisions.
I need an instant replay, damn it! I
Flag
gotta
on the
dodge Stratus! People fear me! So, as you guys set out, you stop off by where Bildreth's mercantile shop was.
Yep.
This gives folks who are not road adventurers chances to kind of readjust packs and stuff like that as they're kind of feeling how that's going to carry as they go forward. You do hear some howls off in the distance. Sporadic.
Howls moving
Doesn't
castle.
seem like it's that close. But as you start sifting, I need investigation checks from everybody
From everybody?
that's actually able and physical to get out of
Yeah,
their
just go ahead and
litter and go and.
I can get out. I'm just gonna limp around a little bit.
11.
Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Billy, what's my investigation?
Sorry, your investigation is +1.
Yeah, so that's a 6.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
11.
8.
Yeah, you guys come across some hunks of different types of like steels and irons and stuff like that. Some hot dudes in the ashes,
there
you
too,
know.
yeah.
that's- oh, hey, hunks. Yeah. No, but you see a lot of
I forgot I had these also, Billy, if that's helpful.
areas that
the
probably contained a lot of goods. They are thoroughly just burnt to pieces. If you guys have any type of detect magic or anything like that, you could try using that to see if you can see if there's anything residual left over.
I was going to ask about that because I think it's a ritual cast, so I could take that as the spell that I learned out of the book.
I thought you already took that spell. Are you trying to
I
retcon
haven't
stuff?
decided
How
on
is
it
this
yet.
fair? No, that's fine if you want.
But that's what I was thinking of taking was detect magic.
So you, how long is that? Like a 10-minute to do the ritual?
Yeah.
Identify, you can also ritual cast that, which would have been helpful a few nights ago.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Now when I stub my toe,
As he's trying to like pull up the armor that's like clung to his skin. Like,
does it not come off?
No, it says on there. It says on the card.
You can remove the armor, but,
But
the
the curse
effect.
is going to be
yeah.
happening.
So if you want to give it to somebody else,
It's
Hey
the
dude,
first star.
you
one of
look
the
really good.
townspeople.
You look really good in this.
One of the townspeople. It's not like they would know.
Until I'm targeted with a remove curse spell or similar magic. Removing the armor fails to end the curse. While cursed, you have vulnerability to the 2 damage types that you are not resistant to.
isn't that neat? How like they look
It
exactly
gives-
the same,
it
but
gives
it's
instant-
two
Isn't that
different
neat?
effects. That's great.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it's neat at all.
I think it's fair though.
Have
It's
we
a give
ever
and
done
take.
cursed items in any of our campaigns
I
before?
don't think so.
I didn't mind.
Maybe that's why he's complaining so much.
He got the cursed dagger that was like a whole long ordeal.
We,
You got Wheel of Timed.
yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
All right, so Which one are you? You gonna do identify? You gonna do detect magic?
I'll do detect magic.
Yep.
Okay, so you ritual cast it. You do find there's some residual pools where you think some really high-powered wands probably would have been, but it's more just like if you were to deconstruct and you get a little bit of, magic essence or something like that. It's intermixed within some of the ashes.
Can I tell like what school of magics they might have belonged to?
You're not a skilled enough practitioner to ascertain that.
Dang, that was insulting.
We are like level 4.
Only by the grace of God.
Does he have any radiant shards or soul dust or anything that he could use for enchanting?
I think Vando's getting some soul dust out of his nose over there, picking it. People can see you guys.
You're on TV.
Yeah.
What? Let's continue.
Anything else you guys want to do in the?
Nope.
There's nothing else here.
Let's head to the vampire lab.
Let's do a quick
The tavern.
structural investigation of Bildrath's place to see if there's a cellar or basement
We'll roll an investigation.
that
at
might
advantage.
be intact.
All of us?
No, just him.
At advantage.
Because dwarves.
Oh.
Because dwarves, stonework stuff.
So maybe you should get
Actually,
2
that's
advantage.
probably-
No, that's because that's a really good idea.
We know about the underground.
Investigation was it?
Yeah.
So that's a 15.
Yeah. So you go around and you can see where there was a door. It burnt up, so there's a little bit of rubble and ash on it. You look down in there, and you can see some little hunks of what you assume might be silver.
Oh, we're gonna investigate that. See what we find.
Okay, so you can collect it. You'll have to look at it and study it a little bit longer to be able to see
So we're gonna
what
know-
the chemical composition of what percentages of what is in it. But
So what am I holding? I've got like a handful of silver.
kind of like what it would be an ingot,
Okay.
but it's not pure silver.
Right. So
There's
like
other stuff in it.
A hunk of melted
Yeah.
valuable metal.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Well played.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. Could you take your shit outside, please? Could you take a shit outside?
All right, so you guys head up into the church.
Yes. Let's head up the hill.
Let's do the church run.
So you guys are up on the hill.
LFM calf need healer need tank need DPS.
Yeah.
You guys head up there. You walk into the church. There's just something's different about it. Knowing that it's there's no
I like to do an
vampire.
Arcana check.
Okay.
An Arcana? Can I do an Arcana?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
He could just
What are you looking at specifically?
So you said it feels differently, so I want to see if I can detect through my magical background
Okay.
if there's any kind of change to the magical Arcana.
It feels like the first time. It feels like the very
Yeah, that's a
first time.
6.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
don't think it's necessarily magic.
Okay, what does it lead me to?
It leads you to, like, whenever you walk through Lazana Jurda,
Yep.
and you could tell somebody took a really big shit there,
Okay.
but then they cleaned it up.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's kind of what the place feels like.
That's very specific.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about, hopefully. The day that we took the Washington crossing the Delaware pics in those boats,
Yeah.
and it was just like a really shitty area that finally got cleaned up.
You guys just get a room already.
It feels better, so it's not like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's better, but you're still in a shitty place. It's basically what I'm trying to get across.
So right after clearing an impaction type of deal, we're like, we're through that, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some new underwear after this. Bamboo, because they're comfortable.
What is happening? I feel like I'm out of the loop. on a lot of
Sponsored,
weird shit.
sponsored plug there.
Yeah, there you go. So, Cursed Man, is there anything you'd like to do?
Let's pass this back around to our cruel DM because I don't have the good armor. I have the bad armor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, not a lot of words on this one.
Are we going to check the cellar?
I think we're just gonna go straight up to check out the vampire den.
Did you guys see the cards, part of Ramshackle Productions?
Nice. They're good.
Yeah.
Don't ever ask us to make you these. I won't.
I won't.
I just want to show off.
This is just for my boys.
That'd be funny.
They are great.
There's one guy that's like, hey. One random
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, I'm gonna take Basil and see if she smells anything weird. But essentially, we're gonna go on down there.
In the Undercroft?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
I'm gonna light up a torch first.
Ooh, you don't need that with our dark vision.
That's true, but do all of us have dark vision?
I think
do not.
he's not gonna go anyway. He's gonna stay outside.
That's true. All right.
Us
I'll lead
three
the way.
do.
Yep. We're gonna creep down there.
With perfect vision.
So you guys need to roll perception checks.
Okay,
what's
guys.
your order of march going down into that?
You
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Ooh, 10.
6.
Blind as bats. Oh,
4. Plus something. Maybe
7.
So
10 and under.
as you guys are walking down, step by step, they're still the same stone steps that I remember from before.
I remember them.
Hewn from the bedrock that the foundation of this church has been built on.
Mm-hmm.
You take step after step after step until you encounter a spongy texture under boot. And you feel like you're on the base level floor down in there.
Okay.
You can see some of the stalagmites that were coming up out of the ground. And you can even see some of the paw prints from where Pika used to walk around there nervously before you had her burned alive.
Fair.
Wait. What?
Yeah, the dog.
You guys rolled an animal handling check, and then it ran away whenever you guys got into combat.
I threw it off my shoulders as we entered combat, and then I totally forgot about it.
And it burned up.
alive.
Pika burned alive.
How?
Yeah. Because it was out in the town when
Town
we
was
were
on
out
fire.
doing this
Now the
stuff.
town was on fire.
And it just ran into a burning building?
No, it was whenever you guys went into combat. He said, "I'm taking the cat off of me
Yeah.
and going in," and nobody moved the Pico away, and so Pico burned alive. So I can tell Vanessa you guys burnt Pico alive.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so spongy
Yeah, sponging
floor
around.
underfoot. I'm gonna look around for. I'm gonna go around the perimeter of the place.
Check for any treasure chests.
Honestly, I'm mostly looking for. I mean, definitely keeping an eye out for any objects on the floor, clearly, but mostly looking around for any signs of this structure. It sounds like the walls feel somewhat natural, right? Like carved away. So looking for anything that looks built. Whether that be like an area that looks like it could be a door, or any levers, or any sort of man-made
Roll an
structures.
investigation check.
Let's do.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Investigation is +1 on there, Billy? Or +4?
Investigation is +1.
Okay, 17.
So you see something that kind of catches your attention.
I'm gonna go feel around.
You
Down
can see
towards
just
the
fine,
end.
by the way.
Okay.
You don't have to feel around.
Wow.
You slowly make your way deeper and deeper into this crevasse. And you come to where the bedrock had been hewn and then stones added to it.
Right.
And you find a clear-cut difference.
Okay. I'm gonna push on some of these rocks and see if any of them are a button or feel movable. Knock on it, kind of see if I can tell anything about it.
So as you start knocking, you hit 2 or 3 stones that kind of push in.
Oh yeah, I'm
bit.
pushing on them.
So you push them in and they fall into a recess.
What's on the other side?
I don't know.
I'm gonna push them all in, Boom, boom, and I'm gonna, like the Goonies, guys, there's something here. And so, if these guys weren't already in close proximity with me,
Now, now we're moving up there. Yeah.
I'm gonna call them over to me and probably with the butt of my cleaver, just kind of start bashing
Knocking
the
them
wall
in.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and create a space big enough for us to climb through.
So, it takes a little bit of doing because, part of this is the actual
Sure.
bedrock. And so you keep pounding away and pretty much, this goes down. Remember, it was a solid, 30 feet high, remember?
Yeah.
And you go up probably 15 feet
Kind of
with all the different holes as parts have fallen down. And you come into dirt of the wall that's more dirt than stone, and you see a collection of bricks that are in kind of a, I don't want to say like a tower, but a stack of purposely put bricks that are sitting right there in front of you.
It sounds like a
shrine or something.
Like a sepulcher. Like it's like a person's body is upright in there, or I mean, it could be the entrance to something, but it sounds like it's in a wall, right? So we can only tell it kind of looks like the biggest chimney ever. It's like 4 foot wide, like brick structure. Yeah.
Would I have seen this before in the Underdark or something like?
Give me like a history check.
History. 8. Yeah. Yeah. Solid roll.
Not really,
Yeah.
because you typically stayed a little bit deeper in the Underdark, not really coming to the surface much, just because of your diminutive size. You guys didn't like to be around a lot of the orcs and bigger land creatures that frequented
You missed a few things.
down in there. So things that are more surface dwelling based activities in this area isn't necessarily something that you're that proficient in.
Okay.
But you can see, like, you notice, like, the mortar isn't the best on what's holding the bricks together.
Okay, so I don't want to push it in on this one. I'm going to try and find purchase behind one of the bricks somewhere along the sides and try and pull out. Sorry, I said I never pull out earlier.
Yeah, you
It's
go
very
against
rare.
it.
It's
Okay.
very rare.
Okay.
And we're going to try and remove a couple of bricks and see if we can see in there.
Okay. Make like an athletics check.
Yeah, make that check. Okay.
21.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, you know,
I'm gonna
definitely.
Jenga this bitch.
Yeah. Seriously.
Knock one out.
Definitely, you're just going through and angling out brick after brick after brick.
Yeah.
Enough to where you get about 3 layers in.
Yeah, we want to see
on
inside
a
this
corner.
thing. Yep.
And you can see a little bit of an opening inside. So it's hollow, is what you can ascertain.
Okay. Without making too much bigger of a hole, maybe another subsequent couple of them. I don't want to stick my head in this thing, but I want to get close enough. Like
I'm
this
gonna
is the corner
hold you for a
and the hole,
second.
and I want to like get like to right here and try and look
So-
down in there.
This is like 3 layers deep of brick.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to see anything.
So it's hard to really see, and you'd have to remove more to look in.
We're gonna remove some more to look in.
I just wanna hold him for a second and like smell the air that's coming through.
It doesn't smell like fetid or
Okay.
deathly.
Oh,
Okay.
good. All right, let's keep.
So
keep
the air
going.
smells kind of fresh.
No, I wouldn't say fresh
Okay.
either.
But nothing like
Somewhere between deathly
Well,
and
so
Subway.
there's nothing
Subway, Subway.
that's decayed
Alarming?
in
Yeah.
there that would raise your attention.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna open my wrist and put it in there and make an oath to God of Death.
Thank you.
No.
You have been blessed.
We're gonna remove quite a few more bricks so we can see in there.
Okay. So as you pull everything out, you can see what looks like a very old, dusty parchment that's in there, and it may be a collection of them. There's a lot of dust on the floor, but since you had to kind of go up, this is a little ways down, so you're going to have to pull more bricks out in order to get down to it.
One of you small guys want to climb in there and see what you see? Doesn't smell like anything bad's going on. We don't see any creatures. See what you can get out of there.
Well,
And
maybe
I'll-
Ignis would fit in that hole.
the quarterling and the Svirfneb mufflin.
Even though I'm a quarterling, I'm still the same size as you are.
One of you guys should climb in there. If not, I can remove a bunch more bricks and climb in myself. That's fine.
I think we should at least remove some bricks in case we all have to go in.
Okay, let's go ahead and pull out this wall. Pull
Okay.
out a bunch of it.
So as you pull out, there's a large popping sound, like
Jeez.
whenever you pull out, and It you've yanked it down, and you start hearing some creaking.
Oh God.
Up above, and
so we want to try
everything's starting to shake.
So upon that, I'm gonna go hold my feet, boys, and have you hold my feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean in and grab as much of the stuff as I can and go pull me back out.
All right. What I need you to do
Yep.
is
Here we go.
make a strength check.
Strength check.
Where's your gear?
That's 5.
Where's your gear listed?
Where's all my gear? I mean, this is.
Dan, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You're plunging headfirst down this hole.
Let's not do that.
He only rolled a 5 for his strength check to hold on to you.
Damn, that's a reroll. It's angled. Dex save.
Yeah.
It's a 15. No, wait. What happened there?
Let me get that.
It's a 12.
12. All right, so you're able to kind of catch yourself as you fall, but you land shoulder first at the base of this foundational pillar.
Okay.
And you're able to collect the parchment, which is one that seems to be stacked on top of itself repeatedly.
Oh, okay.
Like folded, rather. And there's a slight piece of what looked to used to be leather that's rotted that was tying it down. But you're able to retrieve that.
Okay, so I'm going to grab that, having fallen in there, and I'm going to try and scramble.
I need
my way
everybody
back
to
out.
make who's in there make me a dex saving throw, DC of 13 to get out before it collapses.
That's 20
For both of them!
Oh
no.
Double backflip out of there.
1.
There you go.
19.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
All right.
20, 20, and 19.
So you guys come rushing out as this
Holy
thing
shit.
just fucking collapses.
Yeah, the whole church.
The entire church has imploded on itself down into the undercroft.
Fuck yeah, that was awesome.
And
That's what we wanted.
Now there's 2 buildings standing in Barovia.
Well, one murder house and one building.
Yeah. Great job, everyone.
I'm pleased.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Let's go head upstairs before we take a look at this thing. Did we do that? Is that what that roll?
You got out. The entire church is
We all just
Okay.
Indiana Jonesed out the front
Yeah.
door.
Got it,
Like
okay.
where we all like barely made it, and then I reached back for the parchment right as it collapsed.
and the dust kicks out
Yeah.
afterwards.
Okay.
So we're outside.
So we're all like dusting ourselves off.
And as you're coming up over the little rise to where the wagon is, I'm sitting up in the back of the wagon.
And I'll be like, "We found the paper. It's okay. It was all worth it. I found some sort of mysterious parchment."
It's just a mushroom cloud behind you.
And he's fucking holding the piece of toilet paper.
There's like wolves chasing like the remaining children, and like smoke and bats, and like everything's dead. And it's like, we found the deed. Like we found like a blueprint of that church. Totally useless.
You gonna look at it?
Yeah, let's. I mean, as we're walking along, I'm gonna be studying this thing.
Okay.
What do we got?
So it has writing that you do not recognize
Oh,
on it.
okay.
So you would need to find somebody who can read it in order to tell you what it's talking about. It's all script and no pictures.
Okay, and we're all together and marching toward Valaki at this point, right? I'm gonna go ask Ismark if he recognizes any of the script or language.
Ismark is understandably a little bit perturbed that you guys destroyed the church.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
It just fell. I don't know what
Insult to
happened.
injury.
I had a building in my town.
My dog died when he was 10. Do you want to talk about that?
Can we
fucking
recognize
Bismarck.
like what type of language it is? Nothing.
It's simplistic. So don't think of this as like fine, high calligraphy in a foreign language. This is very primordial, very
It's like Orcish
sharp
or something.
angles,
Yeah.
maybe something along those lines.
Oh, it's the dragon speak from Skyrim.
Yeah.
It's like it's like Japanese basically. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna carefully fold it up and put it in my pack and keep it.
After you shook it for everybody to see. Look what I got! Yeah.
I found the paper.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. So you load it in. As you guys are heading out, it's probably 8 a.m. by now. after all the stuff you've done since sunup.
Yep.
So you still have a little bit of a cool crispness in the air as you set off.
I see our mist.
That actually wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Let's say that you guys surge your way forward, and
There's squirt noises as we walk along.
Taste
The Mountain Dew
Flowers along the side of the road.
That's it. That's it.
and call upon the sprites to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
And all 7 of you will be up. Anything that would come forward.
Oh my god, there's
Ismark.
really 7 of us?
Ismark, is Dr.
No,
Pepper able to
with
cure my
basil.
wounds?
Well, we've also got the 5 survivors. That's why.
All right, let's get on the road.
Alright, so as you guys start going forth, you come up a little bit of a rise as you exit the small valley where what's left of the ruination of Barovia Village exists.
It's not much. It's not much left.
Wispy is the smoke that still rises from the bed of coals. And as you guys look back, it's a point to mark because you guys have been in this strange land and really not traveled that far of a distance yet,
Yeah.
and so much has happened.
Yes.
You have definitely made an impact.
Yes.
Crater.
Your cards.
Oh, just blank cards.
No, your inventory cards. The
That's-
magic
oh.
cards. Yep. Thanks.
You definitely make an impact with
It's just one additional potion, I think.
what you've been able to accomplish. This is a strange land. So as you continue, you come to a fork in the road with one road kind of still continues to angle up and hooks off to your right. Another one goes down into the right as wagon. Numerous ones in the road. This road doesn't be improved at all, that it's just a makeshift little trail. What do you care to do with this fork?
Do we not remember? Weren't we told that one way goes to the Valaki encampment, and then the other way went to where?
The seer pools, I think.
Pools, yeah.
Is the seer pools where they said they were going to be? And then the other way
We need
is
to go to Valaki, though, with this group.
Yeah, the Sarah pools are where...
Yeah, the Vistani. are.
Vistani.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is get these guys to
Valaki.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
So maybe we'll come back to them. I think we just go to right.
We need to get these guys to Valaki.
Hey guys, drop some comments there, new viewers,
Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and like.
Don't do that.
and
No, don't.
Patreon us $700 a month
A month.
Yeah.
or a week if you want to.
So
That way we can play every day and quit our day jobs.
I think the decision is that we're moving to Valaki.
Okay.
The path towards Valaki.
Yep.
You're fully loaded up, by the way, man.
Thanks.
You had screwed yourself out of a skill and a couple of spells.
Spells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have had one more cantrip, and then you had 2 spells that you should have had prepared that you didn't have listed.
Cool.
So I just picked a couple that made sense based on what you'd chosen.
Sweet.
Thanks for that Patreon subscription, D&D fan 46. Appreciate that.
You need a little graphical effect.
You've run off 2 viewers.
Oh, there they
Oh,
go. There they
Jesus,
go.
with your lies.
Man, I'm glad they subscribed
farting.
before they left, and I'm farting.
Dave's just farting and lying.
Okay.
And his character just farting and lying.
Deception just keeps going up. All right, so we're on the road, folks.
To
So
Valaki.
you continue down. You can hear a rushing of water in the distance.
What do I see since I'm out ahead of the party? On
As
the
you're
brim.
looking up, you can look down over your shoulder to your right, and you can see very colorful tents that are set up around a what looks like a miniature lake. Bigger than a pond,
Okay.
but it's a good part of the Svalich River.
So it's a
the Ilvis River.
So it's a small encampment, kind of?
Yeah.
Do I
very,
see-
very colorful cloth?
Do I see live beans moving around?
Yeah, you see a few folks out walking about.
And then how far away is that from me?
You're pretty far up the hill that's kind of flanking this, looking down at it. You think walking down through the woods it'd probably take you 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so I'll turn around on the broom and go back and tell the group that there's a small encampment up ahead.
And based upon Ismark's reaction, he says, yeah, that's the Serpools down there. That's where those Vistani dogs stay.
Is there perchance a healer in that group that could help our friends temporarily until we get to the city?
Yes, please.
So, Madam Eva, as you saw the night of your reading, does
Yes.
nothing without a price.
Well, at this point, I don't think we can afford to go with one or two of our party in a weakened state. We may have to deal with them, though we don't want to.
I will not take my townsfolk down there.
Would
You're
you-
more than welcome to go.
Would you wait by the road for us as we seek a healer?
You've got 4 hours.
Very well.
Synchronized sundials.
Okay, so I guess we'll pull up on the side of the road so we can cut off and go down there and talk to them.
Okay.
What's the physical distance from the camp to where they are on the road?
Probably 2 miles.
Okay, so there's no... Ismark, if you run into trouble, do you have any way of signaling us?
And he looks over at Bildreth, and Bildreth has like a prestidigitation thing that he could do to
Shoot up some.
shoot up sparkly things
If we see the sparkles, we will come running. Or...
in 45 minutes.
And he's got periwinkle there.
I have the broom. I will come for you.
And you don't really notice a change in his expression.
Yeah.
Of any comfort by that news.
I figured.
I've
Okay.
just been waiting my whole life to be told by another man that I'm going to come for you on my broom.
Anyway, this guy. All right, let's. So I'm gonna get off the broom and walk with everybody down there, so it's not weird.
Yeah, walk to this.
Okay.
Show up flying on the broom. That's a little off-putting.
You don't
Yeah,
need
it
to-
could be a little bit
Just you know what the marching order doesn't matter.
aggressive.
Okay.
He'd be like,
So you guys walk down the hill together
yeah.
and roll a perception check.
Chimney crickets. There you go.
21.
11. Perception, Dan. Roll it.
And give me a feel, Rita, please.
15.
Our final filler, Rita, please.
Which is a 19.
Okay. So Haggis and Ignis stop the other two as Sedgwick in his somewhat weakened state trips over a root and falls on the ground with a little bit of a thud. You guys all freeze. And then Haggis says, "Listen." And you can hear what sounds like snoring behind a tree ahead.
I'm gonna stealthily approach.
Roll stealth check, please, at advantage.
20.
Okay, so you see Vando get even lower to the ground.
He lays down and starts pushing himself along.
Because you're short.
Yeah, I see.
And he starts very lightly taking steps going forward. As you near the tree and you start to pie around it, you look down, the sound of this rhythmic snoring, pretty aggressive. You see very garish looking boots and very bright colored pantaloons that are coming from the boots.
Nothing else. I can't. I'm not like at a place where I can see what it is. Is it humanoid?
Yeah.
Okay. But I can't like see its face and see what race it is or anything yet.
Do you want to continue?
Do you want to know more?
I'm going to.
Starship Troopers.
Yes,
Would you like to know more?
I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump on the broom and whisper my command word so that I'm.
What command word do you use?
Zim Zim's Alabama.
Okay. It levitates.
Checks out.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of hovering closer.
It's an old code, but
so I'm gonna
Let
keep.
them
I'm gonna
through.
keep moving closer.
okay. So very quietly hovering
Yeah, I don't make any noise because I'm on the broom.
as you come around. Well, you're still kind of running, trying to hold on. This is just how I envision it.
Okay.
Don't do that.
You pie around the side and you see what looks like a male version of those 3 older women In very garish, he's in very garish regalia.
Just
And
one guy.
He's passed out, snoring his ass off with a bow and quiver.
One guy.
Just
Human.
One, guy.
One human.
One Vistani.
One Vistani. Okay.
They're human though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll jump off the broom.
Okay.
I'll jump off the broom and I'll just say,
Excuse me.
Oh, what are you?
I am a Zevneblin. What are you?
I have never seen someone who looks as you.
That is most likely true. My friend, are you Vistani?
Ah, then you have me at a disadvantage. What the fuck are you?
Please come out and talk to my friends and I am just
And
a
he
traveler.
immediately draws an arrow and starts looking around.
No need for caution or hazard. We are friendly and we came to talk with...
I should know her name.
No, nobody helping.
Oh.
Who? What name do you say?
Oh, jeez.
What name do you say? 3, 2, 1.
I came to talk with the woman we met in the city, in the tavern. There was 3 women, and they told us to meet them by the pools.
And so he has the arrow knocked but not pulled. Up.
I can't see it.
He's not allowed to look at it.
No. We're in a role playing engagement.
This is true. This is true.
All right, so you're getting so meta, bro.
Are you not allowed to take notes to make sure your character has better memory than you do?
You can for your character, but he didn't, and so he needs to be punished.
He also didn't bother to check the website that we've put literally hours into.
True.
This
And
is accurate.
it's listed on there, and there's even a picture of this NPC.
Well, what do you know? Hackledy dackledy do. Mind's eye. Let's do this.
That's
If I
not
could
the code
remember,
word.
I would
It's
say
Jim Sullivan.
her name
got it
was
wrong.
Madame Eva.
Zim Solid.
And he says, come with me then.
Okay. Would you like to come with me out to the road and meet my friends before we go?
Not in the slightest.
All right, well, let me get them. Hold on.
So,
It's like,
Be right back then.
Meet me by the road.
so I'll just walk away and go back towards these guys.
You hear rustling in the bushes as he quickly runs down the hill.
Okay.
skittish.
So I mean,
Bye then!
Yeah.
I'll go back to them, tell them what I saw, the guy, that there was essentially a scout, and that I'm just going to keep walking down the hill towards their encampment. Non-threatening, no combat position, nothing, just keep walking.
Okay.
Should be letting our pots clang and clatter
Yep.
and stuff like that.
100%
so we're not
in the open,
trying to be...
I'm wincing every step.
Okay.
Okay.
You just had a little
Hey,
chicken stew.
vampirism is gassy. Necrotic damage right to the belly. It's so dry out here. Are you the turtle from Rocco's Modern Life? You turn the page, you wash your hands.
Turn the page.
You wash your hands.
Turn the page, wash your hands. Turn the page, wash your hands.
Oh baby, oh baby.
Oh baby, yeah.
All right, so you come down the hill, and as it starts, the clearing starts to open up before you. You can see 8 different wagons arrayed in a loose circle, more in line with the different like tree lines and stuff. So it's not a perfect symmetrical circle. It fits the topography along with where the water line is, and you see a collection of men walking towards you with bows and arrows drawn.
And we're still on the road to Vallaki.
We took it.
No,
We're
you
off the
guys
side
went
trail.
off the side while you were restrooming. Vando led you guys.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Because it's the Sistani.
It's where Madame Eva told us to go.
Again,
Yeah.
We're gonna
you
find,
guys are just making decisions, so we're gonna go
find
with
a
it.
healer.
He gave us 4 hours to go talk to him so we could find a healer.
Oh.
Do
I
we-
didn't. That's what Ismark gave.
Do we have full sight of this your encampment at this point? Then
Not full sight. No.
okay, all right. Then I won't look. down
So
unless
let's
it's further.
walk up to like get to a conversational distance with them.
Halt
Somebody-
where you stand.
Is somebody helping Sedgwick along? I'm gonna have my arm around him.
Oh,
Make
well,
sure
now
he's
you guys are already all the way down the hill. Yeah.
I think you clearly saw that I was struggling. Thank you.
Well, he just mentioned that he was struggling.
Yeah, it's
And it also helps sell our position when we
Yeah.
get up there and go, we need help for our friend.
Oh,
We're all tiny.
So I want to let's play this back then. It's not that you actually care that I'm hurt. You just want to help sell your lie.
About
It's not a lie. We need help.
Yeah, there's no lie there.
Oh.
I'm saying I'm trying to squeeze every ounce of sympathy out of them to ensure you get the
Milk
help you
that
need.
sympathy.
Yeah, so you don't care that I'm about to die. You just want to use that for your own. Do you have Munchausen syndrome?
What the fuck world do you live in where me getting you
Dirty
help
Rotten
is selfish
Scoundrels.
to me?
That's the one.
I don't
Are
get
you
it.
Steve Martin?
Why?
Wow,
Why?
you're a jerk. You're just a jerk.
Don't
So
worry about it.
please,
So,
please help me, because I need your help.
I let him go and let him fall.
All right, so you guys. Oh, let me see your hands.
We
Do you
jazz-
have
we
Basil
jazz
with
it. Yeah, I'm holding her leash still.
Okay.
And Basil's like,
Nipples showing.
yeah.
I'm swinging my hands out.
All right. So they say, "Come forth and state your business." What are you doing here in the camp?
We came to speak with Madame Eva in search of help for a friend here. We have some...
Madam Eva's no healer. She's a seer. You
You're
want to see
right.
whenever he's gonna die? Go ahead and have a
That's-
reading.
I'm sure there's somebody in the camp that'd be willing to heal for a few coin.
And he says, "What kind of ailments you got?"
Well, I believe we have some damage of the type that can't be healed by potions and the such. We need to find someone that could restore our maximum health.
So
I think it's called necrophilia or something. That's terrible.
Oh, we heard of that.
Do you have a holy man or a holy woman that can help heal necrotic damage? We got in a fight with an abomination back in the town. The town has been razed to the ground.
Oh wait, you guys coming from Barovia?
We are not from Barovia. We're passing through. We're travelers. And we were hurt, and we need our friend to get some help.
Alright, you stay out here. Which one of you's the hurt one?
We'll both raise our hands.
yeah.
Alright, you two can come in. You two stay out here.
Would you mind
You
if...
some kind of janitor, little boy.
No,
Why are you carrying that broom with you?
the broom is my friend. It was a gift.
From your father.
Yes.
His father dead?
He is now.
Yeah,
You have something to do with it.
No. No. Look,
Leave
we
your
were
broom out here with your friends. We don't
That's
want anything
fine.
silly. Weapons stay outside the camp.
No bows, no blades.
No blades, no bows.
No
Robin Hood,
blades,
Prince of
no
Thieves.
bows.
No blades, no bows. Leave your weapons here.
I'm hurt.
No
man.
blades, no bows.
Merely my walking stick.
I've seen the Lord of the Rings. We're not old.
Do you mind if our friends come? We would not want to be
We do
ambushed
mind
in
if
the
your
woods.
friends come.
Will you protect them over there?
You have the gift of a guest of the Vistani.
We appreciate that. We
You
shall
would-
come with you.
You would decline a guest his walking stick?
Absolutely.
Go
Come
with the
forth.
boys. We'll be all right.
Alright, yeah, so I hand off my staff and my dagger to...
We hold their stuff outside.
Yeah, you hold their stuff outside the perimeter.
And I put my hands in my pockets.
So they can't see the weapons.
Hands are lethal weapons. He's a monk.
Oh, God.
So Steven Seagal lawman and a very pale, sickly-looking boy go walking into a camp.
Tiny grey woman.
Oh, Jeez.
So,
Reputation precedes you.
did you eat something that doesn't agree with you? Why you look like that?
No, my friend, I'm from the dark places. I'm a Zefneblin.
Oh, you're one of those child slaves, huh?
I guess so.
Your parents sell you into that?
No, I was born into it.
Oh, no pot or what? That happens to folks all times.
But I've risen above it, and now
I'm a real
now I'm a grown Zefneblin. I take care of myself, and my friend and I need healing.
Oh, you're talking a lot. Let's go.
That's right.
Thank
Take
you.
us to the healer and quit wasting our time.
Roll a stealth check to...
Everything that is Vando is the best.
15.
Okay, so he doesn't catch you saying the part that tails off. So you're in charge of this little boy?
We are companions.
Oh, I see how that is. That's enough out of you. And then you hear dum dum dum. Madam Eva, got one of these boy lovers with one of his child slaves here with him. Says he needs healing. And you hear, what?
You guys are getting owned.
What kind of healing you need? You do something to him? Something gets stuck? You have something inside you, boy.
No. We were battling the undead, by the way, protecting you and your kin from what lives in that village. Now it's gone.
There was an abomination that was set upon the land, and we've taken care of the problem.
Interesting, because we heard told 3 of our lady folk came back through here. Said that 4 little gents came into town, and ever since then, the whole town's been burnt down.
You mean the town with the house that kills people, ghosts, and vampires? That town?
That's all Barovia.
Oh.
Is Madame Eva ready?
Yeah, I'll let you go talk to her.
About time.
And he opens up the wagon, the back door. Do you enter in through the back door?
Yes, I'm used to that.
I follow after.
Fitting.
Kind of
Barely fitting.
Kind of centipede-like. Like I want to be as close so that our feet look like we're
A singular
unit.
So it's a snug fit, but you still feel somewhat comfortable once you get inside. A little bit uncomfortable for Vando at first, but he gets used to it as you kind of nestle in with him. You sit down, and Madam Eva, oh yes, welcome. I see there's only 2. Has some tragedy befell you?
Your manservant wouldn't allow our friends inside.
Security these days. Never can be too careful.
Not with Strahd about.
I see you've been introduced to our lord.
Well, by introduced, if you mean he kidnapped a friend of ours, yes.
Oh, you make friends quickly, so new to this land.
I just randomly laugh.
Are you?
Would you like a ginger snap?
No, what I would like is for this necrotic damage
And I'll pull like my slide away and just black marks or wherever I got hit. Like,
to be healed, and we have gold to pay for it. We are short on time.
And I jingle
yes.
my bag of gold.
The problem is I only have one of these. And she unravels, after rustling through a bag, what looks to be a greater restoration spell.
okay.
She only has one.
Then cast it on my friend here, for he is in much dire straits than I.
Ooh.
Such is the walk of life.
Is that one of their songs? 'Cause I was about to
Google
Dire Straits
You were
song.
too fast. As soon as you said it, I was like, here it comes. God damn it.
And the Sultan of Swing enters.
Alright.
Alright, let me look at the spell.
You mean look up Dire Straits songs, you fucking liar?
Well, this communique has been quite
Terrible. What's the name of the
enlightening.
album.
We must start making the moves.
Just stop. Just fucking stop.
For on this night, there could be peril.
And we do want to make sure that we leave here We're not just giving money for nothing.
We want your chicks for free. We have many private investigations to conduct. Our friend lives at Blue Note.
That's all of it.
Are we fucking done? Are we done?
So, let us talk price, young men.
Very well.
I have what you seek. What do you have in trade returned?
This game sucks, man. Well, in a good way, though. Haha. I like it. Bombi tuna.
Bumblebee
Bumblebee
tuna.
Bumblebee tuna.
We've all seen Ace Ventura.
Your balls are showing.
Well, what would you have for the price to conduct the spell on my friend?
What would your offer be, young one?
5 gold pieces. Is that a no?
That is laughable.
I
The
happen,
materials alone cost well over 400 gold.
I happen to have these 2 rubies I found. Would those be of interest to you?
And what else?
Well, I don't want to give this up, but I do have a cherished family heirloom. It is this jewel. It looks a little burned because of some combat we went through, but here it is.
And I'll show her the jeweled brooch that I got off of the chick.
The dead woman?
Yeah,
When you were looting a corpse?
absolutely.
Okay. So she looks over. Yes. This will suffice if you give me 70 more gold and a lock of both of your hair.
I must say, I have to be careful of giving my hair, for the Zivneblin grant their power from it. I would be willing to trade you, instead of the hair, an additional 10 gold.
I can also offer you a map to the water of love.
Are you coming on to me, young man?
Is that more Dire Straits songs?
Don't acknowledge him. You
It's
encourage this behavior.
it's not so far away, actually.
Can we just die?
You close that goddamn phone.
All right, 70 gold. I pull out my coin purse and I count out 60 gold and I stack it in front of her. How about 60? And I kind of wince and like grab myself as I'm doing it
Hawk up some bloody fire.
in a painful way, like I'm in pain making the motion.
I feel as if this entire interaction is quite painful. 70 and your hair. Not all of it, just a lot.
I mean,
I collect.
I want to point at the Vendo's head and my head. And we're both bald characters. We don't have lots of hair to share.
Not everywhere. I
So,
want hair. You
I pull-
shall give it to me.
I put my hand on the back of my robe and tug, and a tuft of hair comes off.
Okay.
And I set it down, and I pull 5 more gold pieces, so it's 65 gold pieces.
Okay, so I'm
Child of the Underdark, what of you?
gonna go.
I actually have some hair here I keep in my pouch. Because as I said, I use it, the Zivneblin, for power.
And so I'll reach in my pack and pull out hair off of the ivory hairbrush that I have
Oh.
from the house.
Sleight of hand check.
Exactly.
Exactly, he says.
I've been trying to get one all night.
Yes, 20.
Natural?
No, 19 plus 1.
Doesn't matter,
Oh, he goes,
right? On
No, it-
ability checks.
A natural 20, I mean, it's still...
I mean, we
the
still
DC,
care.
yeah.
We still care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were 1 off on your natural roll. No. So yeah, you're able to pluck it out.
He reaches into his pants, pulls a tuft of hair
It's
off
like
the brush.
Zoolander whenever they're doing the walk off.
Yeah, you're like, how did that happen?
You hear doink, 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 it's physically impossible. As he pulls them out, sets them up on the table. She says, "We have a deal."
65 gold. Done.
And the stuff.
And she goes and collects, the 3 jewels.
Okay, the
and
2 rubies and a...
2 rubies and the brooch.
jewel. Yep.
Yep.
and then the hairs.
The 65 gold coins as well. She took her.
Oh,
She leave
yeah.
us. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then are we restored?
No,
You
she
have-
has to still
she's gotta
cast
do
the
it, yeah.
spell. So she starts moving her hands around and speaking. The parchment unfurls and levitates in between you guys, and as she starts speaking, you can see the writing burning through as it's reading from your right to left, her left to right, as it goes down. And then the most beautiful little gremlin in the world shows up. Hi, gremlin!
Oh. Hi there, sweetness.
Our viewers can bid for the live child.
How much? How much for the women?
In the message. If you'd like to put out a bid, please do.
Oh, it's the baby auction hour from Ramshackle
Productions, yeah.
Hi there, Stinkies. How are you?
Say your night.
Night night, sweetie. Sleep tight. I see you in the morning.
Alright. So before I am crucified in the court of public opinion, you see I do have a soul, regardless of how I treat these 4 individuals.
But you are pretty mean to us.
Such is life. Alright, so the spell is conducted. You feel the necrotic damage leave your body as it just kind of flakes off. And uncomfortably, as you're kind of walking, it's almost as if somebody took some cornflakes, crunched them up, and like put them in all your crevices. Every movement and kind of gesture that you make, it just feels uncomfortable. You feel like you could use a bath.
We just got the question, what the heck is the Zerfneblin?
You want to talk about Vando?
The Zerfneblin is a race
in character.
The Zerfneblin is a cherished and ancient race who lives in the Underdark. Check your player handbook. A deep gnome, if you will.
There you go.
Deep
That's
gnomes,
what we were
yeah.
looking for.
Dark gnomes.
Alright,
Deep
so
gnome.
the necrotic damage, as it slakes off, you see that Sedgwick is revitalized. He starts stretching taut muscles that had lost their power, kind of come back, and so you see him doing a little bit of flexing.
That's right.
And he's stretching around.
You're a moment of Bear Island.
You scrape off all the grayscale.
Yeah. And so you're feeling a little bit better. Do you have anything else for Madame Eva?
Madam Eva, when we last spoke to you in Barovia, you had done a reading for us, and you had mentioned
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
you had mentioned a few details, the innocence you spoke of, and how he would lead us to our salvation. We believe we have discovered him. If you were in proximity of this individual, or how could you tell us? How would we know that he is the one?
Time is like a river and it flows forth. So hard to see just one part of the river.
Was that your stomach or your butt?
No, it's burping.
No.
Did you just say that to Madame Eva?
The river flows forth, and it's difficult to see, but minor parts.
Is that your butt or your mouth?
God!
With thank you.
Just you and me now.
Is there perhaps we have a long way to go? Is there perhaps a merchant in town? We might need goods. We're on our way to Vallaki.
Vallaki will have a better selection. As you can see, this wagon train, we are but nomadic folk. We will be traveling about. We have no wares to vend.
We gotta ask the question, who is the one not standing up?
Oh.
On this?
That's Periwinkle.
Oh,
Periwinkle is standing up. Apologize for that. I'm gonna ask her before we leave.
I do have one question. I happen to have this hairbrush that was given to me. Could you tell me or see if it has any magical essence?
She says, I'm not a petty invoker or worker for your identification purposes. Take that with you to Vallaki.
Would 20 gold motivate you to identify?
Not in the slightest.
Very well.
So-
We appreciate your help today.
My friend does not mean to insult your obviously wide and diverse and great power. In our journeys, what could you offer to us to help us succeed?
I only am a witness to the flow of time. Sometimes it's a heavy flow.
Sometimes it's a bit spotty.
Indeed.
All right.
The flows have been rough since your arrival.
Hey, check it out.
Think
Appreciate that, Bumblebee Tinny. Going for the Zerf Neblin Sorcerer.
Boom.
he just gangstered him.
All right, so let's.
Thank you, Madam Eva,
Thank
for your
you, Madam
time.
Eva.
I feel much better.
Guards, you may escort them from the camp. Alright, out with you. And they pull you guys down.
Okay.
Not aggressively, just assisting you up, out, and they shut the door to the back of her wagon.
All right, so we're gonna walk back to the
our
gents
friends.
on the hillside.
What else you need?
We're taking a wagon train to Vallaki. Anything we should be on?
What are you selling?
Anything we should be on the lookout for?
There's another group of Vistani, north side of Vallaki. They stay in between the lake up there and in the town. Not exactly as nice and friendly as we are, so watch yourself.
Is there
You better
anyone's,
come right if you're going to be coming to them.
is there anyone's name we could drop that would help us since we have a decent relationship with you?
Well, apparently you seem to know Madame Eva so well, and so well that you couldn't even remember her name to begin with. But yeah, attempt to maybe drop it up there. Maybe that'll get you somewheres.
Thank
Hey,
you.
you got anything to eat on you, little boy?
I don't. Good day.
Haggis, you've got victuals about, don't you?
So that's the question that they ask: is these two suspected pedophile and child, as they're walking up, ask you, as there's a pretty wide berth and some people are poking their heads out of wagons. looking at 'em.
So you guys get back to us, right? And you're
Yeah.
kind of like, do you guys have any food for?
Like, he's asking as we're walking up, so as we get to you, he's like, hey, Haggis, my friend here is hungry. Do you have any victuals about?
Depends how good a friend to you is this man.
And I'm gonna give Cedric a meaningful look, so as to say,
Stealth check, see if it's picked up.
Stealth
not
it.
supposed to be stealthy.
No.
I don't care if he notices at all. I'm like,
Okay.
so they come up the hill, and the guard's asking you guys for food, and you say, hey, do you have any food, or do you have any food, Haggis? And so I give him a meaningful look as to say, like, we really trying to hook him up, or you
He
talking
is-
give him like a handful of fucking oats and fuck this guy.
They are the best of friends, these Vistani. I mean, they work for Strahd, right? Fair?
Or
Yeah.
he's the Lord and Master of these lands.
Yeah, who stole our friend?
Stole your friend, you say?
Yeah,
Who's your friend?
Arena. Kidnapped Arena. Daughter of the
no,
Burgomaster
he's
of
just-
Barovia.
You not realize what's going on there?
No.
No, they're all friends from the old times together. They're in love.
Oh.
Oh, that makes sense now. Yes.
I mean, hadn't you ever had to go up? Maybe there's a woman who just wasn't picking up on your flavor much, and so you maybe come in, bop her on the back of the head, and take her home?
I have a vow of celibacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I do not have one, and I agree with you.
So you to him then?
No, not
Not
at all,
sure how
my
this
friends.
works.
I only associate with small people of my own color.
Oh, very well then.
I'm a Zerf Nebula. I don't know.
I guess I
shit
don't
away.
have to guard the mamas and the daughters here in camp tonight, because
Very
Casanova ain't gonna be coming down the chimney pot.
Nope, we're off. We're off for Vallaki as soon as we get up to the road.
So I'm gonna reach into my pack and produce like a cornbread muffin, like something like good but nothing expensive,
Fair.
and toss it to him and be like,
He takes a ball. Oh my god! It's like you make the corn awake. Like it's talking to me. He's like, this here muffin. You got anything else? I'll buy it from you.
Certainly.
And I'll open up my pack and I'll produce a dozen of the cornbread muffins.
And where did you make these cornbread muffins? And
They're dry and gross. They're just the rations that I've had. They're not good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not giving him anything good. Because the only things good that I have are healing stuff.
Well, and dream cakes.
Right, which is what I was going to give him if he was bullshit, because fuck him. Like, let's let him be the guinea pig for what a dream cake does to you. But
here's he gives you 50 silver for them.
for each? Or for
for the lot.
Whatever. I'll give him 2. That's fine.
Okay.
50 silver.
It's fine.
It's not gold, man.
That's 5 gold.
Wait, what?
10 silver is 1 gold, so you got 5 gold.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Write it down.
Yeah, he gets them. Cool.
We've got to keep track of the gold. We've lost out on
Now we know that you can have a side business making
Making
cornbread
making
biscuits.
food and
Those
giving it
things
to
stay
the.
good forever, too.
Well,
They're gross.
thank you, sir. Off to Valaki we are.
Alright, so as you guys going up there, let me tell you a little bit about the journey. You're going to be going up the falls, just a little bit of ways from where you guys came down. Watch your step, a little bit of a tizzy. If you fall off the side, you catch my meaning. We'll be finding you coming through the camp again, just not very willingly and probably not very living. As you continue past, you're going to find a crossroads. Crossroads will take you up to my lord and master's home, if you've received an invitation. He invites many of the newcomers to this world up to the castle of Ravenloft, and you can have yourself a very delicious dinner. If not, and you continue your course, you will come across Gallows Crossroads. That's where whenever our Lord is somewhat displeased with those that do not follow the rules, they find themselves there as a civic decoration, if you will. All in all, you probably got about 2 days' journey. Get you up to Valaki. Don't stray off the trail too far, as there are things that go bump in the night.
So I pulled out the map that we had acquired back in town,
Now, if we cut across the open land here and don't stick to the old Svalich road, it feels like we could get to Valaki much quicker.
But you've never been to those woods, have you?
No.
So I would say, yes, you absolutely could do that. But you would find yourself meandering through the darkest woods I've probably ever seen. I once went through there with a friend of mine named Jimmy Beans. Jimmy Beans thought, hey, we could save some time as well. And so we went meandering about, and young Jimmy Beans said, oh, I know where the sun's at. Well, you can't see the sun when it's cloudy, and you're covered in trees. And whenever I mean covered in trees, it's because the trees started swatting at us and covering up our bodies so that they could eat us with the worms. So Jimmy Beans ends up getting caught up underneath one of these trees, and he asked me for help, and I said, oh, Jimmy Beans, I don't think I can be much help. You've had your eyes on my sister, and your hands on her as well, so I beat him to death with his own shoes.
Righto, so we'll be hitting the road now then.
Alright then.
to the road.
So big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
To the road. Thank you, Steve. We'll leave now.
Good morrow.
And we fucking hightail it. Get the fuck
Hey,
out.
we just got poor Jimmy Bean.
Yeah, let's run for our lives.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, let's get back to the fucking wagon and get the fuck out of here.
Enjoy your muffins.
And fucking we're gonna hoof it.
Hoof it.
And as you hear Alex, did that guy call me a muffin?
No, you're fine. No, never mind. Happy trails.
And so you guys, the sun's starting to sink down beneath the peaks as you guys make it back to the supply train.
Right.
Ismark looks noticeably relieved whenever you guys get up there, and is eager to have a conversation about where you guys need to camp if you want to push forward or not.
Okay.
They've collected some brush to be able to fashion into torches to help folks with lighting going forward, or if they need to make some kind of a camping fire along the ways, that they're open to doing that as well.
I'm gonna get my quarterstaff and dagger back from these two.
Give these guys their armaments.
And you notice that Sedgwick is walking significantly better. He's a brand new
Smile on my
man.
face.
That was creepy.
Sorry, I'll never
Did you
smile
get
at
a
you again.
happy ending?
With a smile on my face.
And as you come walking up, Bildreth, noticeably jealous of your change of fortunes.
Yeah.
What exactly happened to you? You bring one for me?
Bildreth, I said, I need to take this back to my friend Bildreth and heal him, and she said I can only do this here with whoever's in front of
Who's
me.
this devil woman?
Madame Madame Eva.
Madam Eva?
Yes.
You speak with her?
Yes, of course. We're old friends.
We are not friends, her and I.
Well, I told
One
her.
time, Bildreth come into Blood on Vine Tavern and see, it's been very long into drink whenever I come in, and she looked pretty decent, like she keep herself up underneath those garments. But then she read me fortune. I don't know why, some Irish just in. Read my fortune, said my wife find out if we try anything, and my wife a horrible, horrible lady.
Where is your wife, Bildreth?
She is dead.
So you have
Right, so well, moving right along then.
Yeah.
Was her name Jimmy Beans?
Who's this Jimmy Beans?
Never mind.
Patty Wemple, you have friend Jimmy Beans? No friends.
So we walk over to Ismark and we've spoken with Madame Eva and Steve of the guard, and he says it's about 2 days to Vallaki.
That sounds about right.
So should
Do we
we?
want to take this Valch Road?
Yes. Well, he said that it might be shorter just to cut across the land, but we have the wagon and the civilians, and we thought it'd be safer to stay on the road.
That's fair. Do we want to camp or do we want to surge forth?
Well, it might get messy as the Mountain Dew accumulates. We get slippery on these roads.
Anybody knows? Jimmy Bean's legacy will carry on.
The legend of Jimmy Beans.
Loving this bumblebee tuna.
I guess we move on until dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
still
short
dark?
little gray woman, come here.
Yes.
How come your bald friend there, he look good, you still messed up like me?
As he said, Madame Eva only had enough power to heal one.
Very well. Maybe you and I get in on a side deal. We find a way to get ourselves better. We take their stuff.
We shall talk later.
Double brass. Very good, very good.
And I'll fist bump him. Yes.
Alright.
How many hours till sunset?
You're looking at probably 2.5 at this stage. You guys have been talking a very short amount of time since you got up to the top.
Yeah.
And whenever I say sundown, I'm talking like if you were on a plane sundown, the sun's already sinking below the mountain.
nice.
peaks.
Full dark. Yeah.
Let's push forward until we can't see our hand in front of our
Yep.
faces, and then camp on the
Yep.
road.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So you guys probably with 30 minutes before it's like pitch black, you're just getting a very light hue of a blue on the western horizon line. You are crossing in front of the bridge that goes across the falls, and it looks somewhat rickety. It's stone, so you can still roll the cart across, but is something you probably want to be cautious about.
And this is a bridge over falls.
Tisser
Yes.
Falls?
The
It's-
Stair Falls.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
the Stair
should-
Falls are west.
We
yeah.
should not camp right next to the falls because we won't be able to hear anybody approaching.
Well, the only reason I was the bridge being rickety, putting the bridge at our back might give us some defense.
I mean, I'm down to park, like camp for the night near.
I'm okay with camping near the bridge, but we shouldn't camp at the falls.
Well,
Would
if
have
we-
deafened.
If we put the water to our back, though, that's one angle we don't have to watch.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we just want to move like at least like 60 yards away or
Sure.
something like
6 yards in which direction?
that.
Northeast.
Before
Before 'em?
before
Yep.
the falls.
So
not-
essentially-
we haven't crossed the bridge yet. So we see what's going on and go, okay, let's move back just a little bit and camp.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want to be on the eastern edge of the road with the falls on the west.
Yep.
I mean, like
Like right here. At the end of the dotted path from the Sear Pools into the bridge. Yep.
Cool.
So you guys in the middle of the road are going to camp there.
Yeah.
You can start up a fire.
Just off the road, or we're camping in the road?
On the
Just
road.
I
blocking
think
the road.
on the road so we can see and
Fuck
hear
it.
and everything.
On the road.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
So this precipice, as it looks out and over the valley, you spark up a fire. And how do you want to do security through the night?
Let's ask Ismark if he wants to help keep watch or if he's just crashing or what he's doing.
Well, he'll probably say something like,
I'll take a watch.
I don't sleep, ever.
What's the point sleeping when I lost everything?
I
matters to me?
So I'll just stay up all night and keep an eye out.
Life is pain and death is the inevitable.
I hope he can hear us too.
I don't know how to do an impression of a dwarf doing an impression of a sad guy.
I'm just a dude, pretending to be a dude, pretending to be another dude.
He'd probably say something like, "Oh, I'm just a sad old man, and I know everything. My sister, and I'm sad."
All right.
So yeah, who's first watch?
I'll take first watch. I'm feeling fit as a fiddle.
Dude,
Plus-
every 2 hours?
I got my brewing supplies so I can start up a new batch.
And we're long resting overnight, right? So you'll be able to get back to full hit points. And
I'm
hit
already
rest.
full when she casted Grid Restoration.
Oh, you're fine.
It removes the effect that lowers everything.
Right,
So
so his health gets
he would have
also-
already have rested previously. Do you need a fucking napkin?
No, it didn't blow up.
Okay. It's a first. Don't want to jinx it yet, Mr. Half a Roll.
Yeah, it's been all night, and you just had to bring that up.
Fair.
You just had to bring that up.
Just had to do it.
Just had to do it, yeah.
usage.
Morty. All right. Oh God.
It was you got a board here you probably want to look at.
A
Sounds
little bit
wet.
creaking.
A little bit creaky.
And wet.
And wet.
Like, there's a little leak.
You get some moisture in the floor.
Very well.
His face.
Every time I walk by Dave, I can get some creaking and leaking. I don't know what that's. Oh my god!
Quick break, folks. Quick 2-minute break. I think we lost. Bumblebee went to sleep.
I don't know who that is, but that's hilarious.
All right, let's go. I'm playing.
Yeah, you're solo now.
All right. So we're gonna roll for random attacks.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. There you go. Do we get any bonus because we can see in the night?
No,
This is
because
just for
you
stuff
have a
to attack
huge
you.
fire on the middle of a road.
But you're the one that set the fire. We
Up
never
above
decided that
everything.
we wanted a fire.
Well, the
You didn't say that you didn't.
The bystanders would do that.
Great. He's gonna roll at advantage because there's a fire.
You hear some howling in the distance.
All right.
Late into the night, into the beginning of the morning.
That's it.
And that's where we'll end.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thanks
right.
for tuning in, gang.
Yeah, sorry we chemical attacked half of our team. But that's warfare.
Want to thank the 4 new Patreon subscribers and Jimmy for being
Jimmy Beans?
Jimmy Beans.
My
Set a new
friend
legacy.
Jimmy Beans.
Bumblebee Tuna.
I'm not killed him with my shoe.
Hey, it was his own shoes.
That makes it so
Don't put your hands on Steve's sister. God, you guys need to start learning some lessons. All right, good night, everybody.